TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
Memphis TN and TNA. Tonight, grab them blue suede shoes, cause we are gonna shake, rattle, and roll. Are you lonesome tonight? Looking for a big hunk of love? You won't get any from these knockouts. This hard-headed woman will leave you all shook up. And one night with any of these hotties will have you licking them wounds at the Heartbreak Hotel. LAX is playing for keeps when they put their gold on the line against Team 3D. Two old hound dogs who ain't no friend of mine. Love me tender. That's all SoCal Val and Black Machismo Jay Lethal have in mind as they're going to the chapel to exchange sacred vows of matrimony. Suspicious minds are in play between husband and wife, and the phenomenal one forgot to remember to forget all those beatdowns he took at the hands of the Olympic gold medalist. Now payback is postmarked return to sender. And it's now or never for these King 1ODs. The instant classic Christian Cage, Booker T, the War Machine Rhino, Robert Roode, and the coolest of all cats, the reigning king Samoa Joe. Who will find fame and fortune in the promised land? Who will be left in the ghetto in the King of the Mountain match? Surrender to the evening. Rip it up. Let yourself go. It's time to shake, rattle, and roll. Welcome to Slammiversary. Thank you. Thank you very much.
TNA Wrestling presents Slammiversary.
Tonight at Slammiversary, TNA celebrates its 6-year anniversary with 3 championship matches. Plus, Black Machismo Jay Lethal ties the knot with SoCal Val, and Kurt Angle and AJ Styles settle their very personal grudge. Rhino! Christian Cage, Booker T, and Robert Roode all trying to keep Samoa Joe from becoming the first man to enter and lead King of the Mountain as TNA World Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, from the DeSoto Civic Center in South Haven, Mississippi, just minutes outside Memphis, Tennessee, we welcome you to Slammiversary, where we open with the first of our 3 championship matches. Yes, it's the No Limits X Division on the line. We're going to break it down for you with the X Factors. Yeah, Petey Williams cashed in that Feast or Fighter title shot when he beat Jay Lethal just moments after Black Machismo had a grueling match. After Scott Snyder put Petey through a series of initiations, Big Papa Pump gave Little Petey the seal of approval and Raka Khan. Last month at Sacrifice, Kaz victorious in that Steel Asylum Terror Dome. He earns tonight's title shot. Kaz looks to regain the X Division gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening contest live at TNA Slammiversary. It is for the TNA X Division Championship, and it is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challenger from Anaheim, California,
Talk about a wrestler on a roll. Not only the winner of the Terror Dome match at Sacrifice, but also Don, after the victory in that X Division King of the Mountain match on Impact, he's looking to face the World Heavyweight Champion this upcoming Thursday night on Spike TV.
And his opponent is accompanied to the ring by Raka Khan and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. From Windsor, Ontario, Canada, he is the TNA X Division Champion, Maple Leaf Muscle, Petey Williams.
Well, Petey Williams gets a chance to defend his X Division title tonight. It's been a while since we've seen him in there after the orbital bone injury, but Petey Williams ready, prepared, talked to him before the match. He says he's never felt better. He will take precautions to protect it, but you mentioned it, Mike. Kaz on a roll. Kaz, it seems like every time there's a win this and become the next chance, it's always Kaz.
And think of the potential here. You could be looking at a situation where if Kaz knocks off Petey Williams tonight and wins the TNA X Division Championship, he would go in as the title holder this Thursday night on Impact when he will face the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, whoever it is that survives tonight and thrives in the King of the Mountain main event.
And that's such a great point, Mike. And think about this. When you think, wow, it's got to be tough after a title match at Slammiversary to go in the next Thursday, but whoever wins the King of the Mountain will have done the same thing. Kaz realizes it. This is a great opportunity for him, and he has been so close so many times. We remember the matchup against Kurt Angle. We remember the matchup against Christian Cage every time, but we remember the Terror Dome. We remember the King of the Mountain. Kaz on a roll.
Precautionary measure, Don mentioned it earlier. Petey Williams, the reigning X Division title holder, with the broken orbital bone, and you can see, Don, that he's got the face guard in place there, and I think that's probably a pretty wise move for the X Division champ.
And I asked him, is that going to hamper you? And he said, you know what, I'm not used to it. I'll be honest with you, it's something I've never had to wear before, but once the adrenaline gets going, once the excitement of being here on the 6th-year anniversary show, he says, I won't even think about it.
Really has been an amazing transformation for Petey Williams. From the moment that he aligned himself with the man standing here at ringside, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, we've seen that transformation come true. We've seen, Don, that series of initiations, and maybe you could even call them torture sessions, that Big Papa Pump put Petey Williams through. But in Scott Steiner's eyes, it proved to Scott Steiner that made Petey Williams a man.
Well, it paid off. I mean, Petey Williams is, in his mind, back where he belongs, back as the X Division champion. You know what? It made him tougher to see a quick 2 count, but look at Petey Williams, gets right back up, and look at this. Oh, put Kaz right on his shoulder blades.
Nice series of counters, reversals here. Ends up with Kaz gaining almost a 2 count. Oh, attempted a wave of the future, but Petey Williams had that well scouted. Canadian Destroyer on the way. Nope. Again, perfectly scouted there by his opponent Kaz, as we see both men go for their finishing moves very early in this title match. And on both occasions, their opponents had the perfect counter.
Nice kick to the gut right there. But you got to look at it. It's been point, counterpoint. I mean, they've had something. They've had a way to counter each other. I mean, they really are great athletes. And it's, wait a minute. Petey Williams now, looks like Scott Steiner went over to check on him. I wonder if he hurt himself. And you see Scott over there letting him know, shaking it off, getting him worked up, getting him ready as referee Rudy Charles is counting.
Some words of encouragement to the reigning X Division champ, and Petey Williams slides back in now with that confidence. Kaz meets him, takes him over with a hip toss, series of kicks, and then the spin kick right on the money. Doesn't go for the pin here. Instead, Kaz gonna spring back and drop the leg right across the chest and throat.
Now he goes for the pin. 2-0. He gets the shoulder up, but that's a good move on his part. He knew that Petey wasn't wore down enough. He figured, you know what, I've got him down. Let's try to hit him with this leg drop off the top rope, and maybe that'll be enough. But Petey Williams, again, Petey gets himself outside of the ring to kind of shake things off. It's almost like he's a little rusty. Kaz, not rusty. We know that.
I think he's shaking things off. Do you think he's trying to slow down the offensive assault here, the game plan of Kaz, as that the freak of Scott Steiner and Petey Williams as well, Raka Khan in a stare down, getting right in the face of Kaz.
Well, that worked because Petey Williams just jumped off of the ring apron and nailed him with a DDT right there on the mat outside of the ring. And that is exactly what Raka Khan set out to do. She distracted him enough. And when you're 6'3" like she is, and as intimidating as she is, you can't help but stop and look at her, and that's all Petey Williams needed. That hesitation factor, Mike, just for a second.
Had to be part of the strategy there that's employed by Scott Steiner and Raka Khan, as Petey takes advantage of the opening now to turn this match in his favor. Champ back on the offense. He's going to shoot Kaz off with authority. Chest first right into the corner turnbuckle.
Wow, I'll tell you what, he showed some strength. There was a little Scott Steiner in him right there. You can see that. You know what? These guys are so much alike. You can't give anyone the advantage in speed. You can't give anyone the advantage in strength. I mean, this is going to be a matter of a window's going to open, and whoever can get through it when it does, gets that opportunity and gets that pin. Oh, nice spin kick.
Then you break down the finishing moves of these two, and of course we've seen the attempts already for the wave of the future, but you know, Kaz has that flux capacitor also in his arsenal. But that Canadian destroyer, that sick flip pile driver of Petey Williams, one of the most devastating finishing moves that we have seen in the history of professional wrestling.
You don't get up from either one of them. Nice. Pin attempt again by Petey Williams, but Kaz just really nice right there. Got the shoulder up in time, but right now Kaz is a little rattled. Ever since that DDT where he got nailed on the head.
Hasn't been the same.
He hasn't been the same. He's slow, and now Scott Steiner is all distracting the referee, and that allowed Petey Williams to take a cheap shot with a closed fist.
Yeah, a couple of free shots there by the champ. Challenger shot again, diagonally across into the corner.
Oh, look at
Kaz
that.
able to avoid him as he charges in. Here's the roll-up.
Now that's that agility that Kaz has. I'll tell you something, he is smooth. You know, you look for a word to describe him, and I think that's a good one. Here it is, too. Oh, wow, Petey Williams, though.
Little exhibition of that leg strength right there. As he pushed off, Kaz out to the floor, then the slingshot into the Hurricane Rana, and Don, you gotta give this guy his props whether you like him or not.
Oh, and again, look at that, he's going out there with the mask on, but what a shot as he went off of the top. And show this again. Look how he hits it, and then he gives it an extra snap at the end to pull that neck down of Kaz.
Well, you were talking about how smooth Kaz is.
Yeah.
How fluid was Petey Williams with that move?
Oh, you're right. Well, like I said, these guys are so much alike. You mentioned it. You might not like him, but Petey Williams has an arsenal. He's got so many different ways he can beat you. He can make you submit. He can get you with wild things like we just saw with the DDTs and the Hurricane Ranas, and of course that Canadian destroyer. Kaz right now, it's almost like Kaz is so used to being in there with 4 and 5 different people at a time. Maybe he's got a little distracted right now with the one-on-one.
But sure is great to be in the Memphis, Tennessee area for our Slammiversary 6-year anniversary pay-per-view as we see Petey connect with the neck breaker. Gonna go right back again for the pin and another near fall for the champ. Throughout this Slammiversary broadcast, we will be taking you to Memphis, Tennessee, the streets of Memphis, some of the great scenic shots throughout this great city, and what a great wrestling history in the city of Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, it is, and there's just something about the fans here in Memphis. I mean, they're just so entrenched in wrestling history, like you said, and it just has such a great feel to it, and it's had it all weekend. Petey Williams right now in total control. He's taken advantage. He let Kaz almost kind of burn himself out a little bit early on. And ever since Raka Khan got involved and allowed Petey Williams to hit that DDT, it has been all Maple Leaf Muffin.
Rake of the eyes again by Williams, who remains in control of this matchup. Gonna bring Kaz back out towards the middle of the ring. Clubbing blow to the back, gonna try and take him up. Looks like a suplex attempt on the way, and that's exactly what it is. Snaps him over and continues to make contact and hold on to the arm now as he scissors the arm.
Well, how about that? He just snaps it off and knows exactly what his next move is going to be. He gets that leg wrapped around the arm, pulls around on it, pulls on the neck, underneath the chin of Kaz, and he's just wearing him down, taking the oxygen out of him, and absolutely wearing him down, kind of like what Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner would do in a match like this.
Kaz going to try and get the crowd behind him, and they respond here as he comes up now, back up to that vertical base. Chance here to reel off some offensive moves, series of shots, and good forearm, but Petey comes right back with the boot to the gut.
Well, he just didn't have enough in it. He just wore out right here and just didn't quite have enough in it. You could see, but as he went to roll over the back, but he was able to get up to his feet and then hit him with that kick. And that was the shot he needs right there. He didn't hesitate.
Desperation type move there by Kaz, like he just dug down deep, Don, and all the energy that he had, he used behind that kick that you can see both champ and challenger down.
Well, Kaz realizes that Petey's down, so he's using it to get air into his lungs. He's got to. Petey Williams right now trying to shake off that kick to the head. This is an opportunity for both these guys. If they can get up, they can take advantage of it, and they'll definitely have a shot at walking out of your X Division champion. But Petey Williams already to his feet. Looks like he's a little bit more sure-footed, but wow! Kaz maybe playing a little possum. Look at that ducking and coming back with these shots, and now look at him, one after another.
Reeling off the offense, the series of shots, including the forearms, but off the rope, there's a flying forearm that was right on the money, as well as a running back elbow. That one took down Petey Williams. Kaz going to send him off again. Little Petey pump up, and right back down on his back.
Thought he was going to put him into a back body drop, but then slammed him down, and I thought he had him. Petey Williams got the shoulder up in time. I'll tell you what, though, you can feel the momentum switching right here. I mean, it was all Petey Williams, and now Kaz getting it back.
Off again into the corner is Kaz. Petey charges in, went for the forearm, caught nothing but turnbuckle. Slingshot, DDT. Kaz nailed it. Here's the cover.
1, 2, ho! Petey Williams just not ready. Not ready to give up that belt right there. That's just instinct on something like that, Mike.
And Petey rolls out, and again, right on the side of the six-sided ring where his mentor, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, is standing.
Boy, he's got to feel safer over there, that's for sure. Nice shot to the head now. But you can see Kaz. Wow, Kaz looking for it, waiting for it, and when he went up, he caught him in midair. Here it is. Kaz, oh, Petey Williams again.
Innovative move by Kaz, almost leads to a victory, and we almost had a new X Division champion, but no, Petey Williams still alive.
How long has it been since Kaz held that X Division title?
Nearly 4 years since Kaz has been X Division champion. This is his opportunity to regain that championship belt tonight with a world's title shot coming up this Thursday on Impact. Hesitation dropkick by Williams right into the back.
Wow, but look at this. Oh, look at that. Turns it around, and Petey Williams showing his fluidity right there. That Russian leg sweep at the end, and here he goes.
He hit it. He hit the leg sweep. Motions to the crowd that it could be time for that flip pile driver. Could be time for the Canadian Destroyer, who's got him measured here.
Oh, Kaz is wobbly. Oh, but Kaz again. Scouted it. You know he's expected it twice now. Oh, but Petey using those knees right to the chin.
Caught him with a knee, right into the head, right into the face. And then, oh my God, he just dropped him right back down on his head as Scott Steiner looks on approvingly. Cover and no!
Oh, man! I don't know how Kaz got the shoulder up there. I just figured it was academic at that point. I mean, he put him right on his head, and even Petey Williams, you can see he's looking at the referee like maybe he counted slow, and think about what these refs have to go through, especially in a title match. They have to make sure their cadence is the same for each and every opponent, and especially something like that when a title's on the line.
Sensed a little frustration, judging by the look on the face of Scott Steiner from outside as, wow, what a move that was in the corner.
Kaz showing how high he can get his leg extension, and it's almost like Petey was out for a second. And now Petey wobbly, but he's in a bad position up there, Mike.
Well, he's in a place up there perched on the top rope. You don't think that Kaz going to go up to the top? This could be the flux capacitor.
He's going for the flux capacitor. Petey Williams knows that if he hits it, it's done. And now Petey Williams, oh no. He's going to try it. No way. A Canadian Destroyer from up there. Oh, you can see desperation from Kaz, Mike. Not going to let it happen.
No way. Trying to fight him off. Petey as well with these shots, the elbows from that precarious position. But then you saw that Petey dropped down all the way to the arena floor while he held onto the arm of Kaz. Oh, and he just snapped it right across that top steel cable.
And if he hits that right, that arm is numb right now. That arm is tingling. He doesn't have any feeling in it. And you got to, again, Petey Williams, but look at this.
Backslide.
He's gone, but Petey able to just keep going forward. Here it comes.
No. Kaz takes him up, reverses. Oh, drops him down on his head.
Wow. This is his chance, though. Kaz has got to get over there quickly. Let's look at the count. 1, 2. Oh, again, Petey Williams gets that shoulder up at the last split second.
What's she doing in there? Raka Khan comes right into the ring. Referee Rudy Charles kind of wow.
Kaz is like, get out of my ring. You don't belong in here.
Yeah, speaking of law and order, Kaz taking matters into his own hands. Wait a minute, that lead pipe.
Oh, no.
Sent into the ring. Scott Steiner had it at ringside. Now it's in the possession of Petey Williams.
Oh, look at this.
Look out.
Oh, he catches it right over the top of the head while the referee's distracted, checking on Raka Khan. And now you can see Scott Steiner taking it and hiding it. And oh, Kaz is done. He's knocked out with the pipe.
Yeah, knockout blow applied by Petey Williams using the lead pipe of Scott Steiner. And you can see that Kaz is out.
Petey Williams now. What's he doing? Grabbing him. I think he's like trying to pick him up. It looks like he's trying to bring him up to his feet.
He's knocked unconscious.
Rolling him over. Here he goes.
Pin.
2
and
oh, can you believe that?
Let's look at the head of Kaz.
Oh, Kaz is busted.
He's been wide open. Look at the blood. From the head of Kaz, that shot
God,
with the
wicked.
lead pipe. Wow.
Oh, that's wicked. He's bleeding like crazy. Holy cow.
Petey Williams takes off the face guard, tosses it away.
Oh no, man, there's no way he's gonna be, he's defenseless to this right now. I don't even know how he got his shoulder up the last time. A bloody Kaz, Petey Williams.
This,
look at this.
Roll up.
One,
Get him here.
two,
No. Oh, so close. Could be the sharpshooter. There it is.
He's got it cinched.
Dead center, middle of the six-sided ring. Sharpshooter submission, hold applied it. Oh, look at Kaz fight through as the blood just flows from his head.
The blood pouring down, but look at this. Kaz showing this streak and able to fight out of it. Petey again, trying anything he can. He knows he's got a weakened Kaz, and look at this. Kaz has done it. 1, 2. Oh my God.
Interesting exchange there. Williams going for that Oklahoma side roll. Kaz with the wave of the future, but neither man able to get the 3 count.
Listen to this crowd. They appreciate the effort from Kaz. They know Kaz is bleeding. They know Kaz is running out of strength. But he's just one of those who has no quit in him. As you see, his legs are jelly, man. They're just jelly right now.
Kaz going to go high risk in this condition. Not sure if that's the wisest move. Headed up, middle rope, top rope. Scott Steiner up on the apron.
Oh, what a shot by Kaz, isn't he? Shoulder block into the gut. Oh, and he's got one for Petey. Oh, nice kick to Scott Steiner's head.
What else does he have to do? He's fighting off Rocker Khan. He's fighting off Scott Steiner. Now he's going to try and put away Petey Williams' roll up. No, Petey rolls through.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Oh, my God, he just creamed him with the Canadian Destroyer. Oh, man.
Here is your winner and still TNA Exhibition Champion, Petey Williams.
Talk about being outnumbered in this matchup. That was the case for Kaz as Petey Williams, Scott Steiner, Rocker Khan threw everything at Kaz that they could, and it ends up punctuated by that flip pile driver. Yes, the Canadian Destroyer proves the difference. Little Petey Pump still the champ.
There's only so much you can take, and Scott Steiner, look at this. Oh, come on, this is so unnecessary. And now Rocker Khan and they're beating on Kaz. Oh, come on. As you can see, they just sent referee Rudy Charles flying over the ring rope. And now they're beating down Kaz, just sending a message, and it doesn't need to be sent. Just take the belt and leave.
Come on, enough is enough already.
You just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. See, I got a question. Where's my title rematch? Why ain't I on a damn show tonight? I'll tell you why. Because TNA is scared. They don't want a guy like me being a world champion. So they screwed me out of my world title shot.
Upset that he's not a king of the mountain, obviously. But he had his shot at the title, and he didn't get it all. And you can see the boots, the blood, Kaz.
Well, see, Kaz, tonight, I'm going to screw you.
Oh.
You got a world title shot on Thursday. Well, I want to make sure you don't show up.
Oh, that's what this is about.
What in the world? Let it be! Look at this!
Foreshadowed this past Thursday on Impact. Don, you and I talked about it. The potential for the return of Abyss to TNA. We had narrowed it down to Slammiversary, and the monster is back. 6'8", 350 pounds of the monster Abyss. And what's this all about?
Coming into the ring. We've been wondering when the return would happen, and there it is. And he's so unpredictable. And even Scott Steiner doesn't know what to think of this. I mean, how do you look him into the eyes? Trying to show he's not intimidated, and just threw Petey in, and he nails him with the black hole slam. The black hole slam.
Opening now for Scott Steiner with those series of shots. However, Abyss sends him in.
Another black hole slam on Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Another one. Oh, let's get Rocker Khan.
What?
Let's just go ahead and get the three for right here.
The monster Abyss looking for the trifecta. Rocker Khan holding onto the lead pipe, but she's shaking in her boots at the same time.
She is just scared to death. He's got her. He's got her throttled. Oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Oh, fights off that attempt at the
Look at
black hole.
this!
Here it is.
And he's got her into the black hole slam. The three-peat.
Trifecta of black hole slams. What a return for the monster Abyss. And how about this situation where Abyss hits the ring and lays out Petey Williams, the X Division champ. Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner as well as Raka Khan, and all three go down. Yes, all three go down to that black hole slam.
Talk about an impactful return, Mike. Wow.
And hello once again, everyone, from ringside. It's Mike Tenay. It's Don West, as always, for the TNA pay-per-view event, and this is our 6-year anniversary. This is Slammiversary. Don, it's great to be here in Memphis, Tennessee, and at the same time, we've opened with that X Division title match, but we have so much yet to come tonight.
Well, Mike, there's love in the air, buddy, because Jay Lethal and SoCal Val are gonna get married. He finally popped the question, she accepted, and we're gonna have a wedding right here in the middle of the ring.
Get ready for the TNA Knockout. 6-person tag team match. Roxy ODB and Gail Kim versus the Beautiful People and their Muscle Moose.
And the tag team championships are on the line. Team 3D, LAX, and
yes, it's going to be that personal grudge match. It's going to be AJ Styles one-on-one against Kurt Angle.
And of course, Mike, it's Eric Young's here, but the King of the Mountain match. The King of the Mountain match of Christian Cage, Robert Roode, Booker T. Rhino taking on Samoa Joe. As Eric Young right now has got a microphone behind us, but
listen, this is the best night of your life. I found him. The King's on his way. The King's on his way, Mike.
The King's on his way.
The King of the Mountain will be later on tonight.
No, the King, Elvis Presley.
You found him? Well, what does he look like? I mean, he's been dead for 30 years.
No, he looks great. Thanks for believing in me. Thanks for believing in me, guys. Look at his chair. His chair's over there.
What, I see you've got a sign over there on a chair in the front row.
What in the world? Reserved for Elvis.
Somebody take away his Red Bull.
Oh, my God.
There
Must
it is.
have been dollar beer night on Beale Street for Eric Young.
There you see, Eric Young's got that seat reserved. Before we hear from tonight's special enforcer and King of the Mountain, let's take this special video look at Kevin Nash. He's nuts.
Kevin Nash, the special guest enforcer for the King of the Mountain match, a man motivated by greed, his lust for money taking precedence over his sense of loyalty.
I got a problem when somebody doesn't do what they're told.
But what will be his motivation at Slammiversary?
When you don't do what you're told, the machine breaks down. And when the machine breaks down, Joe, we break down.
Big Sexy is no stranger to championship gold. But to what length will he go for another shot at glory?
Kevin Nash, you've been assigned the role of special guest enforcer in tonight's King of the Mountain match at Slammiversary. Interesting, though, that Joe is going into this as the champion. You and Joe, interesting relationship. Is this all business or is this personal?
I've said it 1,000 times. I mean, this is a business, and business is about money. It's not about who the best wrestler is. It's not about who takes the most risks. At the end of the day, it's who has the most money in the pocket. Now, are Joe and I friends? I guess, yeah, you could say we are. But actually, I look at Joe as an investment. And right now, I've got a lot invested in him. I've got a lot of stock in Joe. Tonight, if Joe loses, Big Sexy loses. But if Joe wins, Nash cashes in.
The TNA Knockout Division. They don't pillow fight.
Bikinis and lingerie? Screw that.
They don't play footsies.
We take real risks.
Badass and beautiful.
You like what you see? Good! Ha ha ha!
These women take care of their business inside the six-sided ring.
We embrace physicality.
Tonight, former knockout champion Gail Kim, the brawler ODB, and Roxy look for a little revenge against the beautiful people and their new mascot, Moose.
ODB, Gail Kim, and Roxy seek revenge against the beautiful people and Moose.
And throughout this Slammiversary broadcast, scenic shots of Memphis, including, yes, Graceland, the home of Elvis, 14-acre estate, purchased by Elvis back in 1957 for the sum of $100,000. The mansion built in 1939, 23 rooms, including, you ready for this, 8 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms.
Why wouldn't there be?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following 6-women knockout tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1 first, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, the beautiful people. And their tag team partner from Hazard, Kentucky, Moose.
You talk about a couple of beautiful people that are so into themselves, and now at the same time as we saw this past Thursday on Impact, they've got themselves a little bit of muscle. Didn't care for the way that we called her Mickey Knuckles. They say from now on, Mike Tenay, Don West, you can refer to her as
Moose. Well, Moose, I tell you what, she's there to keep their back, and you know, their confidence has always been so overwhelming, but you know what? They like the little insurance policy, and that's what Moose brings them.
That's exactly what it is. Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, they've got their insurance policy in place. They've got Moose at their side, and they're going to need Moose, and they may need a hell of a lot more against Gail Kim, ODB, and Roxy.
You know, I love to see these girls get what they've got coming to them, but I won't argue. I still like to watch them enter the ring.
Even Moose?
No.
And their opponents first from Tampa, Florida, Gail Kim.
Indeed, pioneer of TNA's knockout division, first knockout champ, Gail Kim, headed to the ring for this 6th knockout tag team match. And you can see Gail still has her knee taped. She had a strain of the MCL. That's what the MRI showed. Gail Kim, you know she still has plenty of revenge on her mind when it comes to the beautiful people and Angelina.
Their tag team partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, ODB.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, when you talk to Gail Kim and you talk to ODB, and of course, Roxy, who's going to be their partner, one thing that you get is the disgust that they've got for Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. Just the way that they go around with this I'm better than everybody attitude. And nobody can touch the beautiful people. Well, they like to take care of that in the middle of the ring.
And finally, from New Orleans, Louisiana, Roxy.
Been some amazing transformations here in TNA, especially over the course of the past year or so. And I think you can add Roxy to the list. Don, one of those things where when she lost her hair, when she had her head shaved bald, she's almost used that to come back and bring an extra bit of spirit to TNA's knockout division.
I call it the reverse Samson effect. You know what I mean? I mean, instead of taking away the strength, it gave it to her for some reason, and you can see how they've got Moose. They got her 3-on-1 around her, and the beautiful people now watching outside is ODB, Gail Kim, and Roxy, all taking free shots at Moose.
I mean, we understand that Moose was brought in as the muscle for the beautiful people, but what we've seen here is we've seen Angelina and Velvet drop out to the floor and basically leave Moose thrown to the wolves.
Well, wow, Gail Kim threw Roxy into her, now throws ODB in. Oh, yeah, you can... Oh, what a shot by Gail Kim, and she just put her on the back of her head.
Dropped her down, crashed her right down to the canvas. She rolls out, and the beautiful people, they're turned their back, and now Angelina and Velvet are walking out on their partner Moose here. Uh-oh, here comes their opponents.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gail Kim, ODB's not going to let them go anywhere. They've been waiting for this, And as you saw, Velvet Sky and Angelina Love were going to leave Moose just out there on her own, but now the brawl is on. As ODB Gail Kim bringing the beautiful people back to the ring, while Roxy is just on fire right now and just pounding Moose with her fists.
Look at Roxy showing real fire in the ring with rights and lefts all over Moose. Outside the ring, Gail Kim and ODB taking it to the beautiful people as well.
Trying to get this thing in order here as Roxy with a nice boot as Moose was charging. Moose obviously going to try to use brute strength, but look at those blows. I mean, Roxy just showing, like you mentioned it, Mike, that extra fire. She's been reborn. Oh, Angelina Love able there. Oh, what a shot.
That's that fire we're talking about, but then the distraction of Angelina from outside leads her right into Moose, who powers Roxy down and gets a near fall.
Wow, I'll tell you what, Moose just took the momentum that Roxy had coming right at her and just used it, took her straight up in the air, and then put her right down on her face, and now that allows Velvet Sky to come in as Moose here needs a break, and she's been getting beat down from the beginning, and Velvet Sky with the attack on Roxy.
Velvet Sky from the mount, raining in those shots, forearms, elbows, now the blatant chokehold right in front of referee Slick Johnson. Oh, Roxy in trouble here, and you'll notice that Velvet maintains her grip on Roxy while she heads to their side of the ring and tags in the now legal Angelina Love, drop kick right in the face.
Oh, you can see she was defenseless for it as Angelina Love, and look at this. Just shot after shot after shot. I'll tell you what, you wonder now if the whole thing wasn't just a ploy from the beautiful people, that they're always trying to make you think they're going one way and then they go another. But one thing you can't argue about is just that spite that they have and that disgust for anybody that's not them.
Got to give them props for this basic tag team strategy of cutting off the ring and maintaining the control in the match. Boy, look at these shots by Moose. Big knee lifts, rights and lefts with the knees. Going to take her up on her shoulders here. Roxy trying to fight her off.
Well, look at this. The Moose showing unbelievable strength and agility. Look at it. Got her up, slings her around, and oh, man alive, puts her down. Here it goes. 1, 2. Oh, Roxy, though. Real defiant, getting that shoulder up quick.
Well, Roxy certainly needs to get one of her partners, Gail Kim or ODB, into this battle, or else this 6 knockout tag is not going to last much longer.
Moose now holding Roxy there for Velvet Sky to put the boot right in the gut. And look at this.
Well, we've seen this before from Velvet Sky, octopus-style submission hold, but then at the same time, she's biting, she's gnawing on the arm and hand of Roxy.
Look at that, just every dirty trick she could think of. You mentioned it, that octopus-like move, and then now biting on the wrist and the hands, and then using the elbows to drive in more. Oh, but look at this. Roxy, though, able to get to her feet, and then one momentum move just kicks her right into the gut. But Roxy has got to get Gail Kim or ODB in this.
Boy, Roxy trying to get some offense rolling here. That kick is among the first moves that she's had in an awful long time. You can see Angelina motioning into her partner, her beautiful people partner, Velvet Sky, to try to get Roxy back over to their side and tag Angelina in.
Well, here comes Gail Kim. She goes right after her with the clothesline. Motions her to get up because she's got another one for her. And then Gail with those elbow shots. I mean, she really does. She puts them in so hard. You look at her. Don't let the size fool you. She's got incredible strength with that speed. Oh, what a shot! What a clothesline she has for Angelina Love.
Not only speed, but the quickness of Gail Kim on display, as well as the power as she sends Moose down to the floor. There's the crossbody block off the top.
1, 2, oh, man. Is that close? Well, she's something, though. I mean, you can see she's moving better since the leg. Oh, Angelina Love, though, was hiding underneath, was in the right place at the right time, and just pulled her and then took that sore leg, the leg with the bad knee, and just rammed it down, and you can see Velvet Sky herself going right at it.
And when it comes to a guilty party for the injured leg, the injured knee of Gail Kim, it's one Angelina Love.
Oh, Angelina Love has been responsible for so much of the misery that these girls have had to face and endure. Oh, and you can see Velvet Sky now realizes she's got a wounded Gail Kim, realizes that a grounded Gail Kim is the way that you want her, and now Gail just swinging wildly, trying to connect with anything. Wow, look at this stuff.
Great move. Oh, that sure was a great move by Gail Kim with that roll-up attempt, but still not able to put away Velvet Sky.
She's so innovative, isn't she, Mike? I mean, she really is special as a technical wrestler in the ring. But sometimes it's just too much pain and injury can overcome it. And the numbers game as they keep her on that side. Now look at this. Oh, she's exposing it. And then takes the cheap shot Angelina Love.
Yeah, that's the key. Pulling down that knee pad, Don. So very little protection to the previously injured knee of Gail Kim. And then Angelina drives all of her weight directly down across that knee.
Oh, they know that they've got Gail Kim in a bad way, and they're going to just... Look at this. She's trying to get it to put it on the rope. Oh, again, look at this now. She's going to apply the weight. Oh, man.
Stakes out the leg on the bottom rope. Leaps into the air and then cannonballs down with all of her weight and all of her power across the injured leg and knee.
How about that? She kicked the leg up to the second rope. Got it caught around it. Now pulling on it again. Gail Kim has got to get a tag, and she's going to be crippled here if she doesn't. Wow.
And as Gail tries to hop on one leg over to her corner, you see that Angelina cuts her off, just takes her other leg out, and then drops down with the single leg crab.
I'll say one thing that you've got to admire, that their consistency. They know that that's the way to get to Gail. It's Gail reaching, trying to grab the ropes. Angelina Love pulls her back into the middle.
Did you see what Velvet Sky and Moose were doing?
Pulling the ropes.
Exactly. So they're lengthening the difference there. So every time that Gail reaches out to try and get the rope break, they just pull the ropes back a little bit more.
And you can see again, Gail, can she get it? This time she's able to get a hold of it. And Angelina Love doesn't want to, but she's got to break the hold on the knee. Oh, look at her. She just keeps twerking on that leg. Gail Kim has got to get ODB right now in this matchup.
Boy, easier said than done, Don, especially when you look at what the beautiful people in Moose are doing here as Angelina drags Gail over and tags in the muscle.
The muscle right now, applying it directly to Gail's knee, and you can just see the pain in Gail's face. Now look at this. Twisting them together, going back into a bridge, and pulling up on Gail. Just the pain has got to be unreal, and ODB understands that and goes out there and gives her a kick into the gut. She can't help it. She had to do it.
Just couldn't take this anymore. Watching this brutal beating of Gail Kim as you see ODB come in to momentarily break things up, and Moose right back to it, now taking the injured leg of Gail Kim, and she's got that knee wrapped around her own head.
You start to wonder about the career now of Gail Kim as you see what she's doing. I mean, somebody that depends on her legs to make a living, and I mean, they are just brutalizing that knee. Look at her, got it wrapped around her head. She's got her arm strength applied, and again, Gail Kim just fights for all she's worth, and Moose won't let go. Moose won't let go, and referee Slick Johnson can't get her to let it go, so Gail's using the other knee.
Gail got the legs wrapped around the head of Moose. That's one way to do it. That's one way to take her down. But now Gail still needs to get a tag in.
Well, you can see she's just hopping on the one leg, but she's just reaching down now, fighting through the pain. Oh, but she misses with the kick.
Gonna use her free leg that time to kick Moose away and try and make it to the corner. There it is, tag in. Here comes ODB.
ODB comes flying in, takes a shot at Velvet Sky, and look at those smacks, those chops right to the chest of Moose. Oh, and the clothesline to Angelina Love. She's been waiting, she's been frustrated, she's fresh. And she's just going right at all of them. She doesn't care. Now look at this strength. ODB just flings Angelina Love right over the back of her head.
What goes up must come down with that fall-away slam. Here comes ODB, headed towards Moose now. Moose tries to put on the brakes and counter and reverse, and does. Sends ODB into the corner, charges in. ODB ready. Caught her with that elbow.
Now takes a shot of courage right there from her flash. Oh, and sprays it right into the face of Moose, and now going up to the ropes. Here she goes. Oh, at that press tag move. Here it is. 2. Oh, and you see Velvet Sky and Angelina Love at the same time. Wow.
And now this thing is broken down. All 6 knockouts now involved. All 6 in the ring. And some bodies flying outside of the ring as well.
Right here in front of me, I see Velvet Sky getting pummeled by Roxy. As Angelina in the ring, you can see ODB and Moose. And here she goes. ODB's got her up.
Gonna try for a big stampede type. Oh, what a running power slam.
1, 2, got it.
Here are your winners, Roxy, Gail Kim, and ODB.
Perseverance pays off. No question about that. Impressive win here at Slammiversary. And before Lauren talks with the War Machine, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a video look at Rhino.
I will rip you in half with the gore!
Come Slammiversary, King of the Mountain match, I will leave a path of bodies leading to that ladder. As I climb that ladder and I hang the TNA World Heavyweight title, and I will become the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion at Slammiversary.
Rhino, it appears that the King of the Mountain match tonight carries quite a bit more significance to you than just another wrestling match.
This past year has probably been the most difficult year of my life. I had to make a lot of decisions that affected me, not only professionally, but personally too. You know, sometimes you have to take a good, long, hard look at yourself in the mirror, and that's what I did. I realized that I still had issues that affected me not only at home, but on the road too. And making peace with Christian, it helped me progress. Forgiving and letting go. Sometimes that's what you have to do. That's what I did. But see, tonight's not only a match. King of the Mountain match, I can prove that once again, I can sit on top of the mountain. And that'll give me the confidence that I need. And when I win, and my hand is raised in victory, and I'm the next TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it's about a second chance. And the second chance starts tonight.
Team 3D and TNA Tag Team Champions LAX are headed for a showdown. Like four gunslingers in the Wild West, standing in the six-sided ring, ready to face off. One tag team from the streets. One schooled in the ways of hardcore. But both follow a similar code. Destroy or be destroyed. Team 3D, considered by many to be the greatest tag team in wrestling history. Tonight, they try to become tag team champions for the 21st time. LAX, Homicide, and Hernandez are a perfect blend of size and strength. The tough, hard-nosed bulldog and the vicious pit bull. Once they get a hold of you, they won't let go. Will these street-hardened thugs be able to sustain a championship run? Or will Team 3D write the next chapter in their storied careers? Team 3D faces the Latin American Exchange for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
TNA celebrates, yes, its 6-year anniversary. And you are looking here just minutes outside of Memphis, Tennessee, the DeSoto Civic Center. Time for the second of our 3 championship matchups tonight. TNA World Tag Team titles on the line. Let's break it down with the taglines. Last month, it was the final of the Deuces Wild Tag Team Tournament, where LAX deprived 3D of yet another reign as World Tag Champs. Association with Hector Guerrero took the Latin American Exchange back to its roots and also back to its 3rd run as TNA Tag Champs. 3D's path of payback and revenge has seen them leave Homicide, Hernandez, and Hector laid out in their own blood as they look to avenge last month's loss at Sacrifice. Tonight, LAX defends the honor of the Latino nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match at Slammiversary is for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. It is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the challengers from New York City, Brother Ray and Brother Devon. They are Team 3D.
Challengers with an attitude, to say the very least, and I can tell you there's no chance that this attitude is going to be good for anybody around here, whether it be LAX, Salinas, Hector Guerrero, or bottom line, even me or you at the broadcast table when it comes to Brother Ray and Brother Devon, especially when they're in the pissed-off mood like we've seen them for the past month or so.
Well, you can see already Brother Ray comes down, grabs a chair, as you see Devon getting pumped up, and you mentioned it, Mike, when they're mad, anybody that strays in their path is a target. Doesn't matter if it's a fan or us or anybody, and they want those titles back.
And their opponents, a accompanied to the ring by Salinas and Hector Guerrero. They're the TNA World Title Champions, Homicide and Hernandez, the Latin American Exchange.
Check out the look on LAX. You talk about coming to the ring with an attitude. You talk about coming to the ring with a purpose. That's exactly what we're seeing from the Latin American Exchange. We're talking about Homicide, Hernandez, the defending TNA World Tag Team Champions. Factor in Salinas at ringside, and then throw in the experience of Hector Guerrero. What a turnaround it's been for this team.
One thing about LAX, yeah, you can blindside him, you can bloody him up, you might even put him out of commission, but you'll never intimidate him. You'll never intimidate Homicide and Hernandez, and now with Hector Guerrero by their side, give them the guidance. Let me tell you, I guarantee you, they have revenge on their minds, but they're going to have a formulated plan. They're going to know what they want to do to finally take it and get that revenge on Brother Ray and Brother Devon and Team 3D.
You will remember what we saw, Don, at the Sacrifice pay-per-view. Team 3D looking to become 21-time World Tag Team Champions. Think of the role that Hector Guerrero played at Sacrifice, upsetting Team 3D to the point where we saw them attack Hector Guerrero as well as Homicide and Hernandez on Impact. We talked about it in the taglines, leaving all three laying in a pool of their own blood.
But it backfired. All it did was let LAX realize that they needed that solidarity, and you see a chain. Brother Ray had one in his hand. Referee Andrew Thomas able to spot it and take it away before the beginning again. Expect any dirty trick to be tried by Brother Devon and Brother Ray, because they know right now that Homicide Hernandez are just one of those tag teams that they have to look at and almost see and respect. They've done a lot of the things that they've done in their years, and they know that Homicide Hernandez work so well together. They have such a great fluid blend of talent, and they just know that what each role is supposed to be.
Like the way we start off this match, you talk about the two bulls hooking up. Wow, Brother Devon and big super Mex himself, Hernandez, locking up collar and elbow, and Brother Devon fights out of the corner. Big crushing blow to the head, follows it up with another big right hand.
Well, he saw that referee Andrew Thomas got underneath him trying to break him up, wasn't paying attention, and that's when he used the cheap shot and did it, and that's the kind of thing that Team 3D does. Anything, Mike, to get that momentum, anything to get it started in their direction.
Devon has Hernandez in trouble against the ropes here. Hernandez going to be sent across directly off into the ropes, swinging a miss with a clothesline. That wasn't close, but that big shoulder block as Supermex left his feet was.
I'll tell you what, man, Hernandez is just one of them that is just so strong. I've never seen anybody that big be that agile. And now you see the teamwork, the double team by LAX. Homicide Hernandez, as they've got Devon right where they want him, and they just send him ping-ponging back and forth and just get that combination going.
Especially here for LAX, good frequent tags, keep the fresh man in, maybe even wear down Brother Devon. No, not going to be the case because he tags in, and here comes Big Brother Ray.
Well, one thing about it though, LAX, they can look back down there at the ring apron and they can see Hector Guerrero, and they can realize the tradition that he's brought to wrestling, and it's something that they can use sometimes, I think, to give them peace inside and just really make them realize what's important. And that's not just getting your revenge here, but making sure you leave still the TNA Tag Team Champions.
Oh, you know for certain when it comes to a game plan, Brother Ray's going to try and exploit the size advantage over Homicide. At the same time, when it comes to LAX, they want Homicide to use that speed with a move just like that, use that quickness against Big Brother Ray.
How about that arm drag he did on 300 plus pounds of Brother Ray? I mean, Homicide's another one. You know, it's like the speed.
How much does he weigh?
300 plus. I think that's...
I thought he weighed 275.
Okay. He probably did in 6th grade.
Quick step Mayor takeover, and then Brother Ray follows through with all of his weight behind that move, cranking on the neck, and you can see how it affected Homicide there, trying to wring out the pain in his neck.
Well, one thing about it, I was mentioning how the speed will deceive you from Hernandez, just how fast he is and how quick he is. But Homicide, the same thing will deceive you. It's his strength. It's just something that he's just got this gang mentality. He's just fearless. He's not afraid of anybody. I mean, nobody, not even Brother Ray, but a scoop and a slam, and then he's able to get out of the way just in time. And again, look at that arm drag, just taking the Brother Ray right over the top. And I'll tell you what, that sends a message to Brother Ray. And you can see him now, Homicide pulling on that arm. Andrew Thomas telling him to back off, break it up. But I'll tell you what, Brother Ray realizing that, oh, and that's just what he does. He takes the shortcut, rakes the eyes, goes right after anything he can do to get the advantage coming his way, and then trying to use his strength, and Homicide just uses that to put a couple kicks right in the gut. Goes right at him.
Oh, but look at this. Here's that power and strength of Brother Ray coming into play as he's able to turn Homicide around, position him up on the ropes, and then tries to get underneath his skin that time. The slap to the face, and you see how Homicide answers with the drop kick.
Nice drop kick, and here comes Devon right at it. Wow! Homicide sends it right to Hernandez, who goes right over the ropes and uses that shoulder as a weapon. And what a drop kick! He takes Brother Ray, Brother Devon out with one shot.
Look out!
Here he goes!
Look out!
Superman! Unbelievable! Oh, man, and that tope con hilo! Holy cow!
There goes the tope con broadcast table right into my lap!
I'll tell you what, I'm smashed against the fence right here! Unreal! And you see Superman, and you see Homicide just showing that athletic ability. Unbelievable! And they roll Brother Ray back in.
Give us a little room here if we can.
Somebody help us out.
Jammed into the steel guardrail.
Jammed into my leg.
Look at Homicide cover on Brother Ray. Wow.
Whoa.
Homicide
right,
now. We're pinned against the guardrail, and Homicide going high risk. Devon from behind.
Oh,
God, tossed him right out onto the floor. He landed out here on the concrete. He went right into the steel guardrail.
He caught the side of his head on the ring apron too, Mike. What a shot, and you can see Hernandez mad, trying to explain to Andrew Thomas what happened. Hector Guerrero going over there. Salinas there also to check on him, and Homicide is upset. He wants to get down there and check on it. No, he's mad. And how do you stop a mad Supermax? Look at this, Devon just taunting him, telling him to come over.
And now you see also that Brother Ray joins in, and Brother Ray just stepped Hector Guerrero, and Salinas is down.
I'll tell you what, it's gotten personal now with Team 3D. They realize they can't do it in the ring, so they're going to brawl. They're going to use the guardrails. They're going to use anything they can find. This is what they do best. I mean, you can't argue it. You want to get into a flat-out fight, Team 3D is the best in the business.
Brother Ray circling the ringside area as Hector Guerrero tries to take Salinas out of harm's way. When my Brother Ray comes to the table now and picks up the TNA Tag Team title belt, pulls it high into the air, high overhead. Meanwhile, his tag team partner, Devon, is putting all of his weight right across the back of Homicide.
Just trying to send a message to LAX that they're going to be taking those belts out of there, as now they're trying to play mind games. And wow, nice corkscrew move by Devon, and he caught Homicide flush. And let's, you know, we always talk about the size of Brother Ray, and yeah, he's big, but Brother Devon also, man, he's another guy that's just solid. It's pure muscle. And you can see now the rights, one shot after another. Look at this, and then they come in with more rapid speed.
Rapid fire rights from Devon, and then the cheap shots from outside by Ray.
Oh, now look at this, the double team move on Homicide. They're just about to try to twist his head off.
Same time, referee Andrew Thomas trying to keep Big Hernandez out of the battle. With the frustration evident there by Hernandez. Wants to get in, wants to help his partner, but at the same time, the referee's keeping him away. That enables Team 3D to continue the double team beatdown.
Oh, now you see Brother Ray using his weight and them shoulder blocks. Look at this. Look at that string just pulling on the head. The head's not designed to go that way. Andrew Thomas in a tough situation here. He realizes the belts are on the line. He realizes he doesn't want to disqualify anybody because it's so important. And yet he's got to be fair. He's got to call it down the middle.
Able to break that head and neck vice, but then as he comes off the ropes, back to the power game for 3D. The side slam by Brother Ray, and you can tell by looking at the face of Salinas, just how impactful that move was as he took Homicide and smashed him right down to the mat.
I mean, Homicide just bowed up. It's just a natural reaction. The body does that. The muscles spasm like that. And he just bowed up, and you lose feeling. Your body's tingling, and just scoops and slams him down as Devon, and they know this is their chance. They got Homicide wounded. They've got a chance to finish it right here, right now.
Here he comes, middle rope, airborne, nothing but canvas on the way down for Devon, but now Homicide extending the arm. He's got to get his wits about it.
Doesn't know where he is.
He's got to clear the cobwebs. He's got to get over, and he's got to get big super mechs into the battle.
Oh, you can see Hernandez just stomping the foot. He wants in there so bad. He knows it's time for his power game. He knows it's time for him to get in there and send a message. Homicide, the guy's just unbelievable, the heart that he has. And here he is getting to his feet. Can he get the tag? And he does.
Here we go. Hernandez.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Did you see the force in which Brother Ray threw Homicide into the turnbuckle? Now the beatdown as Andrew Thomas is still trying to get Hernandez out of the ring.
You see the force of how Homicide's head hit that corner turnbuckle.
Oh, it just snapped. I mean, just the brute strength of Brother Ray as Homicide is hurt. Oh, no. Just that powerful smack that he's got. That hand is so huge.
Big open hand slap to the chest of Homicide, and this beating just continues. Double team move there with Devon helping out. 3D. They have just taken it to Homicide down here for, what would you say, the past 5+ minutes.
At least, and I'm telling you, Hernandez is getting more and more frustrated. If he can ever get in there, I'd hate to be Brother Ray or Brother Devon, because there's going to be hell to pay. The problem is that's the question. Will he get in there? Look at Homicide doing what he has to do, trying to bite the ear, it looked like. Oh, man, and he has the beautiful jawbreaker as he's somehow able to get Devon out in the middle and just brings that chin of Brother Devon right on the top of his head.
I was amazed that Homicide was able to muster enough strength to take someone the size of Brother Devon out of the corner like that. You're right, caught him right in the jaw. Tag in. Yes, it's Brother Ray legal, but at the same time, so is Hernandez. And here we go.
Well, Hernandez now, he's been waiting and waiting. You can just see the anticipation. Look at that strength. There's not many people that can take Brother Ray up in the air like that. Or Hernandez can, and he does the same for Devon.
Incredible strength on display. Big clothesline, Dex Ray. Attention turn to Devon. Gonna try and take him up with a suplex. Has him up. Look at this. He's holding him up in that high vertical.
And he can do it all day long if he wants. Hey, look at it. The blood rushes to the head. This is unreal. Then he suplexes him down. Superman just on fire, and now he goes right after Brother Ray.
Wow, the man that Don West has called the toughest, strongest individual here in TNA. And Hernandez cleaning house against 3D. There's the clothesline to Dex Ray.
I mean, he's a freak of nature. He's unbelievable. And now Homicide, he's ready to get back in it. Look at him. That's just it. Get roll. Oh, wow.
Cross body.
2. Oh, Devon, I mean, just in time as you saw him shoot across the ring and break it up.
LAX on the verge of victory, on the verge of retaining the TNA World Tag titles, but Devon makes the save.
The one thing about it, you give him your best shot and you give him everything you can, as Brother Ray again just links Homicide out with just total disrespect.
Homicide lands with a thud. Hernandez turns around and gets slammed in the middle of the ring by Brother Ray, and you know what this is.
Oh, it's time for the what's up. As you can see, he's going up to the top. Homicide right here in front of me, trying to get over there in time, and he does, and he pushes him right into the ring. And then he's got a block and a shot for Brother Ray.
Now Brother Ray meets up with Hernandez, who again displays that incredible power. Mid-ring slam on Ray.
And you can see now, look at this. He's pulling the legs apart. He wants, I think, Homicide to take a free shot. Wait a minute. What is this? Johnny Devine.
Johnny Devine's got that kendo stick. Singapore cane, and Hector Guerrero pulls him out of play. Johnny Devine, aligned and associating with 3D, just eats the kendo stick courtesy of Hector.
Look at this. Salinas, she goes for it. She does the what's up right on Brother Ray. Oh, and you can see she's wiping her mouth in disgust.
cleaning things off after the what's up. Salinas nailed it, but guys, you got to keep your eye on the game. He look out from behind.
Oh, you're exactly right. Brother Devon just saw the moment, saw the opportunity, and he sends Hernandez out, and just as Homicide gets back in, he's waiting for him, ready for him. And Homicide now gets just thrown into the turnbuckle.
Devon charges in. All that force behind the corner clothesline. Homicide in trouble in the corner. Devon going to try and position him up on top and then follow up with another power move. For Hernandez coming in from the far side. Meanwhile, Devon laying in those rights, but here comes Hernandez from behind. He's going to try and take Devon up on his shoulders.
He's got him up on the shoulders. There's nowhere for Devon to go. Oh, nice double team move as he just grabbed him by the neck and brings him down.
Well, gringo cutter, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Now, as Brother Ray turns around, big power move there. Hernandez slams him down and Homicide hits the frog splash.
The frog splash, 1, 2, oh!
No, only 2.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Devon pulled the referee out.
Oh my God, it was over. Oh, Homicide, Hernandez, no, it was over. And they're just, Brother Devon pulled him out just in time. And look at this. Oh man, did you see that? Homicide went to take Devon out, but Devon got out of the way, and he just crashed and burned.
Oh, you're right. Devon sidestepped him. Homicide lands another bad way, and from behind, oh, come on, the low blow by Brother Ray.
Oh man, every cheap shot they can take, and in a match like this, you almost can't blame them. You just got to do whatever you've got to do.
There it is.
Especially with Hernandez.
They're going to do anything within their power to become tag team champs again. The 3D
Look at this roll up. Homicide did it! They were going for the 3D!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's still TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Latin American Extremes!
You gotta be kidding me! You talk about coming out of nowhere just when 3D was gonna hit their patented move, the 3D. Homicide snuck back in the ring, the roll up, Brother Ray's shoulders down for the 3 count. LAX still the champ.
He saw him concentrating so much on Hernandez. All they could think of was hitting the 3D and ending it. What a move by Homicide! What a move! Snuck in, caught Brother Ray by surprise, and it was over before he realized it.
3D stunned by what's gone down. Before JB interviews Robert Roode, let's take a preview look at one of the challengers in King of the Mountain.
In a sense, I do have an advantage. I was the very first one to qualify for the King of the Mountain this year, so I've had an opportunity to see who my opponents are gradually each week. This is my first King of the Mountain match ever, so it's going to take a lot of studying, watching, my opponents, and making sure that I'm going to be prepared come Slammiversary. I can promise you that Robert Roode's going to go into this match fully prepared, and I'm going to take the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Robert Roode, it seems as though you've got this opportunity here tonight with the King of the Mountain match to show that you belong in the main event picture in TNA Wrestling.
You know, JB, one of the hardest things for me in this business has been to prove that I'm not a rookie, to prove that I'm a main eventer. Sometimes I look around the locker room and I see guys like Sting and Booker T, Kevin Nash, Christian Cage, guys that haven't just talked about it, but have went out and proved it, went out and done it. Now, I'll admit, Robert Roode has done a lot of talking up to this point. But tonight at Slammiversary, the talking will stop. Tonight, I'm going to prove to everyone in that locker room that I'm for real, that I am a main eventer. And by winning the King of the Mountain match, I will prove to the world that I am the very best.
Awesome Kong has been on a rampage, destroying, pulverizing, and tearing down the women of the knockout division. No one can stand toe-to-toe with this wrecking ball. A challenge has been issued, $25,000 to anyone who can defeat her. So far, all who have stepped forward have been defeated. Tonight, who will be Awesome Kong's next victim?
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied to the ring by Raisha Saeed. She stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighs 272 3/8 pounds, is the TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Awesome
That music, that entrance can mean just one thing, Don West. Awesome Kong ready for another of the $25,000 fan challenge matches. The Kong Fan Challenge comes to Memphis, Tennessee here at Slammiversary.
And we've seen how intriguing this is. Last week on Impact, it brought female wrestlers in thinking that they would have a shot. But I'll tell you, that visual of Daphne getting just pummeled last week by Awesome Kong should send a message to anybody. Forget about it. It's not worth it if you can't spend it. It's 25 grand. I know it sounds enticing. I know you just believe there's a miracle punch you could throw, but you can't.
I think pummeled, maybe putting it mildly. On that note, let's send it to JB in the ring.
As you have seen the last 3 weeks on TNA Impact, the Knockouts champion, Awesome Kong, along with Raisha Saeed, have declared an open challenge to any lady in attendance over the age of 18 here tonight that would like to fight Awesome Kong. And if you defeat her tonight, you will be handed a briefcase containing $25,000. Are there any ladies from the Memphis area that would like to try and win $25,000 here tonight? Everybody's pointing at you down here. Come on. You right here. Come on down. You want a shot? Come on down here. Right down to ringside.
Well, obviously they've chosen somebody, Mike.
All right.
They chose 2 people.
This is a waiver. Just understand what you're getting yourselves into here. I want to ask your names first. Your name?
Serena D.
Serena, where are you from?
Corinth, Mississippi, baby.
And why do you think you can win the $25,000 tonight?
JB, I've been training in mixed martial arts, and tonight I feel up for the Kong Challenge.
All right. You, ma'am, what is your name?
Josie Robinson.
Josie, where are you from?
I'm from right here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And do you think you can defeat Awesome Kong tonight?
I'm going to do my best.
All right. Saeed, Kong, you have a decision to make. We have 2 volunteers from the audience. Which one will you pick tonight to challenge for the $25,000? We have Serena on the right, Josie on the left. On the right, Serena. All right, Serena, you must now sign this waiver. Put your name on the line, please. This releases any legal action should be necessary.
That look in Awesome Kong's face. It's
all
like
right, the release has been signed. Please come over the rail now. You are legally now able to challenge Awesome Kong for $25,000. Good luck.
Serena here from Mississippi, Mike, and you heard her. She said she's mixed martial arts, and you're going to need every bit of that, but you can't go in there intimidated, and it just happens. You look at Awesome Kong, and you see that look and that little grin. And
yeah.
Like I said earlier,
it's almost like she liked the challenge of hearing Serena say that she's been training in MMA.
Yeah. It's like
fresh meat.
Fresh meat.
For Awesome Kong.
I'll tell you what, she's going to better be using speed. Don't try to get into a submission game with her, I'm going to tell you that. You better kick and run, hit and run. And then she goes right at her and tries to take her down. Not the move you want to start with, because that's what's going to happen right there.
Swing and a miss by Kong. And Serena tries to climb on her back here. And Kong grabs her, got her by the hair, and just slammed her right down.
Just the force that she does it. it's like a cat playing with a ball of yarn, you know what I mean? She enjoys the challenge of anything different, but it's just the force, too, that she uses. She shows no mercy no matter what. She figures if you sign that waiver,
look out!
Oh, right into the rail. What a shot. Oh!
Grabs her by the legs, and with all of the force that 270-plus pounder can muster, Kong takes her right into the steel, and now grabs her by the hair, drags her right in front of us. Oh, God, again right into the guardrail.
And she went right where the rail joins to the side, so it had no give. And now putting that foot to the neck, just applying the pressure while she's on the concrete. Again, people, I know the $25,000 sounds good.
I know it does. So inviting, doesn't it?
Right into the steel steps.
Might end up with about $50,000 worth of hospital bills after this.
Just in dental work alone. What in the world? She went after the other girl, I think.
Josie?
She just decided to give her one for good measure.
Boy, Kong taking this fan challenge all over the arena here at Slammiversary, and then uses the big fist to the head.
Can we throw in a white towel and end this thing?
Instead, she's going to throw Serena in, rolls her into the six-sided ring, and Kong stalking her. Look at that big boot right to the back. Boy, you say you almost wish that this would end, but if you think of the possibilities, as she takes her up and
Implant
buster straight down.
Implant buster, here it is, end it, 1, 2, thank you.
Awesome Kong!
Well, Awesome Kong remains victorious when it comes to the $25,000 fan challenge. Raisha Saeed happy with what Kong has accomplished tonight at Slammiversary as we see them for their post-match celebration. And well, you see that this fan Josie still jaw-jacking here at Kong.
Man alive, Josie, did you have to see what we just saw?
You want to fight the girl from Memphis?
Wait, another one? See what are you talking about?
All right, okay, you need to sign this. You need to sign this first.
That was just the appetizer. He's ready for the main course.
Wow! Did you see that? She just slapped Kong in the face and now jumps over the guardrail.
Well, that's what you gotta do. You gotta catch Kong by surprise. And look at Josie. She's just going shot after shot. Oh, and then she gets thrown into the guardrail. That's just the thing. That's just the thing. Awesome Kong is just so strong. Oh, the force that she just smashed Josie on the back.
And now takes her and rams her into the guardrail. Runs her around the ring, and that time back first into the steel. I mean, you had to give credit here to Josie on the attack early, but now just, the recipient of these big, powerful shots.
Well, it's what you got to, Josie, though, she just hit the ring post. Awesome Kong just hit her hand on the ring post. Maybe Josie can use this. She's using speed, and look at these shots, and she's going right after Kong. That's what you got to do. Look at this, she's saying, bring it on. That's the first ray of hope we've ever seen in any one of these challenges. Oh, Awesome Kong is mad. She feels she's been embarrassed. And look at Josie going right after her with a kick. Another one. Oh, no. Oh, no. She was defenseless for that back fist. What a shock.
Oh, you've upset Awesome Kong.
Oh, no, she's taking the pads off.
She's got that bottom lip jutted out as she circles around. Another piece of fresh meat here in Josie Robinson. Oh, boy.
She wanted her to feel the full force of the hand as she took off the padded gloves. Oh, what a clothesline. You can watch the ring vibrate.
Decapitation clothesline in the corner. Drags her out to the middle. It could be time for the Awesome Bomb. Look out!
Oh, my God. She's a pancake.
Here is your winner, Awesome Kong.
Carnage evident. Laid out in the six-sided ring, Josie Robinson of Memphis, Tennessee, as she comes up short, Don West, in the $25,000 fan challenge. And after seeing the back of this young lady's head bounce off that canvas, you see TNA made his way.
Wait, cut the music.
What in the world?
Hey. Hi.
Now what?
Eric Young.
All right. All right, guys. Hey, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is the real reason you bought tickets to this pay-per-view. Memphis, Tennessee, they said I couldn't find them. But we did it. We did it. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the real king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley.
I don't even know what to expect.
Well, for a month, gone on Impact, we have heard that Eric Young had gone in search of the king. And Eric says that he's delivered Elvis Presley.
Thank you very much.
Grandson, maybe.
You know, it's been a long time, but finally, thanks to Eric Young, the king is back in Memphis.
Look at that look Awesome Kong's giving him.
A little shaking, a little rattling, and a little rolling down the ramp, headed towards the ring here. Look how happy and how proud Eric Young is.
I mean, Elvis has been dead longer than this guy's been alive.
Elvis gonna strike a pose.
I mean, not bad. As far as Elvis just goes. He had a pretty good thank you very much. What he's doing getting in the ring here.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Say that, little lady. Let me ask you something. The king wants to know how you enjoyed visiting his house, Graceland, while you were here in Memphis.
Whoa! She just put a boot to Elvis and, oh man,
no,
she's gonna take him out.
Look out!
Oh no!
Up into the air!
Wow!
Oh God!
She just slammed him to the mat. That's what she thought of Graceland.
The awesome bomb for somebody get a spatula for Elvis. Awesome Kong leaves her mark on Memphis, Tennessee. Before Lauren talks with the Instant Classic, ladies and gentlemen, let's preview Christian Cage and King of the Mountain.
There's definitely potential for career-altering and career-ending injuries in a match like this. You're going to get beaten within an inch of your life, and somehow, some way, you still have to crawl your way up to the top of that ladder and hang the belt. There's so many different obstacles in a match like this that it's really hard to figure out what's exactly going to happen. There's really no real good way to prepare for this other than go in believing that you're going to walk out as a World Heavyweight Champion.
Christian Cage, being that you're already a two-time TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it seems there really isn't much more for you to prove in TNA. So with that being said, going into the King of the Mountain match tonight, what exactly will your motivation be?
You know, I heard this line in a movie once. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours to keep. If it doesn't, it was never yours to begin with. So what I'm trying to say is that over the last month or so, I've sort of let the title free. Let the World Heavyweight Championship, I've set it free. I took a step back, took myself out of the title picture, tried to refocus my energies, try to get my life more in order. And at the end of the day, I realized this, that I still love being the best. I still love being the measuring stick. I still love being the champ. Now don't get me wrong, because there's 4 other guys in this match that are more than qualified at being the World Heavyweight Champion. It's just that I think that all my peeps live in the arena tonight and watching on pay-per-view all around the world will tell you that the Instant Classic is the most qualified. See, it's like this. Over the last 2+ years that I've been in TNA, there's not one man that has a better win-loss record than me. There's not one man that's been in more big matches than me. There's not one man that's been in more main events than me. So you want to know what my motivation is? My motivation is not just to be recognized as the best anymore. My motivation is to have my name etched in the history books of this business with the very best. Tonight, I become the World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time. And trust me when I say, the title is mine to keep.
Now, will you marry me?
He just popped the question.
What? At Slammiversary.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that confirms it.
Sonjay, we've been best buds for a while now, but I've been watching you, and there's something I need to ask you. There's only 10 days left of the wedding. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. I've seen you ignore the fact that I asked you to be my best man about a week ago, and you haven't accepted, so accept it now like a man. Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Jay Lethal's bachelor party!
I got some telegrams from the groomsmen for the wedding! Yeah! Don't beware! George the Animal Steel! Come on! Take the sting! Yeah!
Love is in the air, and the wedding bells are ringing as Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, and SoCal Val prepare to enter the bonds of holy matrimony.
And we continue our tour of scenic Memphis here at Slammiversary with a stop on Beale Street. This is where the blues were born. First blues song in 1909. It's the soul of old Memphis, Tennessee, a popular tourist destination. It's lined with nightclubs and blues bars, including the legendary B.B. King's. You gotta make a stop if you're in Memphis at Beale Street. We are back live at Slammiversary, and it is time for the wedding. We're gonna send it to the ring, and the minister, Brother Hank Whitman, to perform the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the ceremony begin.
Gentlemen, introducing the groomsmen. First, American Idol finalist, Ace Young.
Well, Ace Young, of course, formerly with American Idol, one of the finalists, became real friendly with Jay Lethal and SoCal Val, and of course his music inspired them, and they made a nice little video together.
We saw it on Impact.
The Ugandan headhunter, Kamala.
Well, we heard this on Impact as well, Don. And you can see, yes, Kamala is back. I think that tux is going to fit.
Tell you what, they couldn't find a pair of socks here, it didn't look like. How about this stuff? Everybody loves the wedding.
Ugandan Giant is back. Well, I wonder what legend's going to be next.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
Well, this was foreshadowed as well by Sonjay Dutt. Remember the bachelor party on Thursday Night Impact? And there he is. The Snake is back. Jake Roberts to be a part of the Black Machismo SoCal Val wedding.
It cleans up pretty good. I mean, look at him. Nice bow tie.
Taking a look at Kamala as well.
Accompanied by Frankie the Birdman, Coco Beware.
Oh, here comes Coco Beware. He's got Frankie with him, the Birdman as well. He's headed out here for the big wedding.
Beautiful festive wedding hair color there for Coco Beware today. The good feel moment.
And you can see Coco Beware headed towards the six-sided ring. He's got Frankie in tow. And Coco's going to set up the perch, and Frankie's going to have a great view of the wedding. SoCal Val and Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
And finally, George, the Animal Steel.
Yes, the legends are out in Memphis, Tennessee tonight. George the Animal Steel, the next legend to be introduced here at Slammiversary. And here comes the Animal. Don't think he got the memo on the entrance ramp.
Well, here he is coming around the side there. Look at him.
Got the green tongue working today, do you think?
Pretty sure. Well, he cleans up pretty darn good, too. One ledge, doesn't he? Cleans up pretty darn good.
I heard you. Up there it is.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the maid of honor, Sarah Dunnigan, and the best man, the guru, Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt, boy, here you can see him in full gala there as he's got the pedals flowing down the ramp. Accepted to be the best man, of course, the best friend of Jay Lethal, and the history that they've had together.
You're right, the best friend of Black Machismo. Headed down towards the ring, drops off the tambourine on his way. As Sanjay Dutt joins the in-ring ceremony.
At this time, I present to you the groom, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
One of those situations where we have seen this courtship, Don, play out right in front of our very eyes. We've seen it for the past couple of months.
Wow!
As here comes, yes, the former X Division champ, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. Congratulations from Ace Young, who provided the music video on Thursday Night Impact. And here comes the groom to the ring.
I'll tell you what, he is dressed for success. Biggest day of his life. Gotta find out where he shops, man. But look at this. Jake the Snake, we've heard him reference it so many times. I mean, think of the great stars. There he is with Coco Beware.
Doing a little Birdman strut with Coco Beware. Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. This is the moment that I know that you and many of us have been waiting for. There it is, a handshake for Sanjay. As the crowd here at Slammiversary in Memphis, Tennessee looks on and awaits the wedding ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise and welcome the bride, SoCal Val.
Everybody standing here, Don, in Memphis, Tennessee for the arrival of the bride. And here she comes, SoCal Val. Looks stunning, doesn't she?
Boy, she is beautiful. I mean, there's nobody ever going to deny that. But there's always just a radiance that a woman has on that wedding day. And I know we can remember our wives, but it's just a moment she'll never forget.
Oh, she's just glowing.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here tonight to join this man and woman in holy matrimony. If any person has any objection to this ceremony, let him speak now or forever hold their peace. Jay, do you take vow as your lawful wife to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness or in health, until death do you part? Vow, do you take Jay as your lawful husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, in sickness or in health, until death do you part?
Stop. This has gone on long enough. This has gone long enough. No, I got something.
Hey, relax. I know you're just worried about me, but I really want to do this. I never wanted anything more in my life. Come on.
Jay, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you, Val.
What?
From the very first time that I looked into your eyes, I knew that I was in love. Val, the man that you're gonna marry tonight is not Jay, it should be me.
Whoa.
It should be me.
What?
Val, please, reconsider this whole thing. Reconsider this.
Hey.
Val, Val, I'm begging you.
Whoa, the best friend of Jay Lethal drops to a knee?
Oh, he's just obviously been fighting these feelings for so long, and he couldn't take it. He couldn't allow it. Wait a minute. He picked him out, man. He just cracked him.
He just cracked Lethal right across the back.
Unbelievable. This thing has just turned bad. Wait a minute. H-Young comes flying in the ring, and look at him. He goes right after Sanjay. Wow! Sanjay just cracks him and then spits on him. And wait a minute. Here comes Coco Beware.
And Coco gets a shot from Sanjay Dutt.
Oh, Sanjay Dutt. Oh, Coco just gives him a shot and another shot. Sanjay Dutt just lost it. He couldn't stand to see this wedding take place, and he just lost it.
Now, Kamala, the Ugandan giant, he's inside the ring as well.
Oh!
Big chop to the top of Sanjay's head. You see Kamala patting on the belly, and there's another chop. As Sanjay, just like a ping pong ball, back and forth between the Birdman, Coco Beware, and Kamala.
Nice double teamwork right now by Kamala and Coco Beware. And Sanjay Dutt deserves every bit of this. Look at this. George the Animal Steel wanting to get in the ring.
As Val, SoCal Val, in tears, being taken away from the ringside area as she looks back. I mean, this.
Look at this.
What? Jake Roberts
No
has gone
way.
underneath the ring.
Oh, my
God,
gosh.
now what?
Jake the Snake throwing the snake into the ring. Oh my God, there it is.
Oh God.
That'll clear a ring in a hurry. I mean, Kamala just shot out of there.
All hell's broken loose here at this wedding gone bad, and it's now Jake the Snake Roberts putting the snake across the body of Sanjay Dutt, and of course George the Animal Steel working on that turnbuckle.
Look at George the Animal Steel going right after, just tearing into the turnbuckle. Oh, and Sanjay Dutt just leaves the ring as Jake the Snake brought it in. Oh my God, this thing has just turned. Craziness.
This night, this event that we were looking forward to so much has gone bad in a hurry, Don West.
And you could just see the anger on the face of Jay Lethal. He just wants to kill Sanjay Dutt for running this moment. Look at him. He's being restrained by Jake the Snake Roberts.
Best friend is the words that Jay Lethal has used on for ages when it comes to Sanjay Dutt. That friendship has gone to hell.
Coco Beware just destroyed the winning set. Just Look at the look on Sanjay's face.
Look at the snake that Jake Roberts has wrapped around his neck.
Now that's a consoling moment right there. Jay Lethal, waiting for this day. A big hug by Georgiana Steele trying to console him, but it won't work. It won't work, and there they are in the ring.
We're going to do our damnedest to try and restore some order here at Slammiversary. JB standing by with Booker T. I understand we're now going to check out Booker's King of the Mountain preview.
Expect the unexpected. Anything can happen out there. There's going to be a lot of bodies out there, a lot of testosterone. Everybody wants to be on top here in TNA. So it really makes no difference as far as past King of the Mountain winners. We're talking about the future. We're talking about right now. And who's going to be King of the Mountain. And that king shall fly.
Booker T, tonight you're going to have possibly the most physical matchup you've had here in TNA Wrestling, but it seems as of late you've been on a roller coaster ride. You're bitter. Is that going to affect you tonight in this match?
Bitter. Let me explain to you why I'm bitter. You see, TNA begged me, I say literally begged me to sign. They promised me the world. Promised me more money than a single man could count just to put TNA on the map. And what did I do? I signed. Put TNA on the global stage. Television ratings have increased. Pay-per-view buy rates are up. More people are watching TNA now than ever before. And when it was time to pay the piper, Booker T wants you to say, what did I get? A locker room that smelled of elephant urine. Have you ever smelt elephant urine? Doesn't matter. Tonight, King of the Mountain, Booker T will take what's rightfully his. The TNA World Title. But the TNA World Title has power. A power no one could take away. Power that will change TNA forever. A title that will change the equilibrium of TNA. And you know what? Tonight, I will do not like I've done before. See, in the WWE, I was told what to do. I was dictated to. But here in TNA, that will not happen. I will do like a great man once said, I will reach for that brass ring. And I will take it. And I will do it tonight. When it's all over, they will bow down and praise me, Booker T, the TNA World Champion.
Are you seeing someone?
Oh my God.
Are you seeing AJ?
Karen and I, we're just friends.
I came here with one shred of hope that we could make things work. You, Kurt Angle, you are not capable of changing.
Karen, please, come back. Karen, I can change. Karen, I can change, I promise.
Oh, this is just too much. AJ Styles, you can just see him being pummeled.
This is an absolutely disgusting display. What the hell is Karen Angle doing out here? Oh, this thing is just gone way too far.
We're just friends.
All right, here comes Kurt Angle. Thank God.
Yeah, even in Kurt Angle's mind, this situation has completely crossed the line.
There is nothing with me and AJ. We're just friends.
I'm gonna do what AJ wants to do when AJ wants to do it.
Address this later. Get AJ Styles out of the ring.
change, I promise. Promise.
Do what AJ wants to do, what AJ wants to do.
It's your fault, Karen! It's your fault, Karen! This is your fault, Karen! This is your fault,
At Slammiversary, I'm not out to pin Kurt Angle. I'm out to hurt Kurt Angle.
The phenomenal AJ Styles prepares to go to war with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Slammiversary continues with this one-fall grudge match. Introducing first, accompanied by Tomko from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling only Olympic gold medalist. He is Roode.
Well, we just heard Dave Penzer call this a grudge match as we see Kurt Angle accompanied by Big Tomko. Don West, in its 6-year history, TNA has had its share of rivalries, certainly its share of grudges, but has there ever been a situation as personal as the one that we've seen play out here in the past several months between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles?
And the two sides are so far on the opposite of each other. Kurt Angle, in his mind, he believes that AJ Styles and Karen Angle have become an item, that they're sleeping together, and he just wants to tear AJ apart. AJ, on the other hand, just can't believe that all this business is coming at him.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
One would anticipate that, judging by the pre-match comments, the interviews that we've heard from both of these competitors, that this thing is probably going to be closer to a brawl than a wrestling match. AJ said he's not out here to win as much as he is to hurt Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle on Impact talked about the fact that he was looking forward to breaking every bone in AJ Styles' body.
I'll tell you something, AJ Styles, this is even a little bit more than just about what's going on with Kurt. He's trying to convince Kurt nothing happened, but it's also about the way he's been treated, the way Tomko's treated him, the way maybe even farther back than Christian did and the way Kurt Angle did. He was always their stepping child, the one that they would always make fun of, the one that they would always go on.
He was their whipping boy.
He was their whipping boy. He's got this independence now, and he's ready.
Well, look at Tomko making his presence felt, getting right in front of referee Earl Hebner. And look at Earl lay down the law here to Tomko.
Telling Tomko to get out of the ring, which is a smart move.
Boy, I don't like this situation with Tomko being out here at ringside. We talked about how personal this is. This thing should be settled one-on-one.
Well, Tomko's got a grudge against AJ. He feels that AJ cost him his championship. AJ looks like he doesn't care. Tomko can stay out there as far as he's concerned. He'll get 2 for the price of 1. I mean, you've never seen that look in AJ's eyes before. Kurt, you've accused him. In his mind, he's picturing what he thinks has happened. There's no proof of it ever happening.
That's the key. I mean, that's what I asked Kurt on Impact this week. All of these accusations, do you have any proof?
And you know the thing about it, Mike, have we not dreamed of this matchup? You dream of Kurt Angle and AJ Styles getting into the ring together.
And Earl Hebner, Don, right from the outset, and even before the opening bell, I think he knew what a volatile situation that we had between these two. I like the way that Earl Hebner stepped up to the plate. He told Tomko, get yourself out of the ring, get down at ringside, and Earl has been here right between these two competitors to make sure that both men get a fair and even shake.
Well, he knows the hatred that's going on between them, and he's got a tough job. I'd hate to be Earl Hebner right here, but right now you're looking at 2 of the best technical wrestlers, not just in TNA, but in my mind in the history of professional wrestling. Both these guys have wrestling backgrounds. Both these guys love to get it going on the mat. They have so many different styles. AJ, a lot more of a high flyer, but then again, Kurt Angle wears a gold medal.
Boy, again, the feeling out process here between these two, and you can just sense the tension, can't you? That tension mounting between the two competitors. At the same time, the fans here feeling this atmosphere, just electric here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, they know they're witnessing something special, but I tell you what I like about this. You mentioned that this thing could erupt into just a brawl, a fight from the beginning. Both these guys are so professional. It's almost like they realize if they exerted too much too soon, that it can cost them. That they've got to measure themselves. They got to see what the other one has. They've got to look for an opportunity. Nice shoulder block right there by Kurt Angle.
Then Angle again springs off the ropes, and AJ's ready for him, prepared. The deep arm drags, the series of moves, and then, a third one, beautifully done, and Angle decides that he's going to roll out to the arena floor and try and regroup.
Boy, AJ just sent a message right there to the Olympic gold medalist. You see Tomko talking to him. Kurt Angle still holding the back of that neck. We know that he injured it. It's been a month since he's been in the ring, and you can see Tomko trying to talk to him, but AJ just sent a statement right there, Mike.
Tomko now getting in between Kurt Angle and his opportunity to get inside the ring as Earl Hebner's counting. Boy, that look on the face of Kurt Angle, never 1 second taking his eyes off of AJ Styles.
Boy, Earl Hebner's buddy showing some balls there. I mean, he's just absolutely telling Tomko to stay away. Absolutely.
Oh, they again measure each other. Thought they were going to hook it up collar and elbow, but instead Angle takes the cheap shot, then follows with the European uppercut. Going to bring AJ back out towards the center of the ring and then catch him again. You saw the neck of AJ snap back with the uppercut. AJ dropped down, Angle across. There's that drop kick.
A nice drop kick, and he caught it right in the chin. Snapped his head back. And you can see Tomko, he knows what AJ's capable of. He knows when AJ gets it going, he can hit you from so many different ways. Look at the punches. Look at the blows. I mean, AJ Styles, now you feel all that vengeance.
This is kind of what I expected more than that feeling out, that tentative start to this match, the feeling out process that we actually saw as we see AJ totally go on the offensive. And now AJ, you see him jacking jaws with Tomko as well, and that momentary distraction allows Kurt Angle to step in and rake the eyes of AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles has got to be prepared for that. He's got to be prepared. When a man is, thinks that something's going on with you and his wife, he's going to do any measure he can to hurt you and hurt you bad. And now you can see Kurt Angle just putting the boots to AJ, one shot after another. And now Tomko getting a little too close over there.
Angle going to try and shoot AJ off, and does, but the follow-up move, that running shoulder block, AJ moves out of the way, Kurt goes right into the steel post, springboard, big flying forearm.
Here it is, 1, 2, he just does that. It's almost like he spins in midair, isn't it, Mike?
It's a thing of beauty.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's just a snapshot, and then all of a sudden he hits you with it with a force. Everybody that's been hit with it says it's just devastating.
AJ momentarily distracted. You saw him making eye contact with Tomko at ringside. And again, maybe it's AJ's lack of concentration looking at Tomko that enables Kurt to take him and catch him with the shot and send him out to the arena floor as Tomko slowly stalks AJ.
Wow, look at
Earl Hebner.
My goodness.
Earl says, don't even think about it.
Oh, he's had enough. He realizes he's got you. Tomko begging to stay. Oh, look at it. Earl Hebner taking control. But look at this while this is going on.
I don't think our cameras caught that, Don.
Kurt Angle took some liberties and slammed AJ into the rail. And he's doing it again.
Again, repeatedly.
The referee is sending Tomko out of here, which is the right move, but it may cost AJ right now. As AJ just took 2 wicked shots into the rail, Mike.
TNA security going to take Tomko to the back. Meanwhile, out here, you heard Kurt Angle tell Earl Hebner that he thinks that Hebner's decision to send Tomko to the back was BS, and there's a distraction that cost him life.
Wow! Unbelievable as AJ does a flip dive over the top. The sad thing was it caught his own head.
We got to see this again and watch the landing.
Look at AJ's landing. Oh, look at that.
Flip dive. Here we see another angle. Wow. And the contact that was made. AJ on that flip dive, did you see how his legs caught Angle in the head.
I'll tell you what, I thought AJ had hit his head, but watching the replay, he's amazing how he kept his head from slamming into the mat or even into the back of the ring. It's amazing. It's just agility. It's unreal.
Tuck your chin, roll in, cover, and barely, I don't even think he got a 2 count that time. Just a 1 count only with a pin attempt on Kurt Angle.
There's a reason they call him phenomenal, because he just does things that you just can't believe a human can do. Wow, what a backbreaker. Right over the knee.
Yeah, vicious backbreaker across the knee. Follow cover with the far leg hook.
Oh, AJ,
and this time it's a 2 count.
I'm sorry, Mike, but AJ, you could just tell. He's just feeling it now. The top goes out of the way. It was a distraction. Now he can focus on one thing, and that's Kurt Angle, and look at him drive the knee right into the face.
Styles airborne. Knee drop on target. Here's the pin attempt, and near fall again.
So close, but just not enough yet. Kurt Angle, he's just done so many things in that ring, and he does it on reflex, and he does it on reaction. And look at that, he sees an opening, and he gets up and he just nails him with a couple rights.
AJ the reversal. Angle shot off into the ropes. Oh boy, the telegraph of the back body drop really hurt him, and now Angle can take control. Takes Styles up and just tosses him overhead. Unceremonious landing there for AJ Styles.
I mean, we know how strong AJ is, but you maybe have to give that advantage to Kurt Angle, and he just did it there. That's one of those things where he just put in the brute strength. Now look at, he's going to do it again. He knows it stunned him. He's got him back up on the shoulder. And there he goes.
Again tosses him overhead, and the bad landing for Styles, both on his back as well as his tailbone. Angle cover, and look at Kurt Angle right back on the pin attempt. The 2 count from referee Hebner, and Kurt doesn't back off for a second.
Now Kurt is in his comfort zone as he's got AJ's got the arms around the neck, he's got the body position right, he's got the weight on the back right above the neck, and it's keeping AJ down, and AJ just took 2 wicked shots on his back. And now this is Kurt just trying to drain it out of him a little bit.
And if you think of a game plan, a strategy that Angle might employ, you would think, Don, that he would want to do everything within his power to try and keep AJ Styles grounded, to take away those high-risk, high-flying moves that really have made AJ so famous here in TNA. And boy, moves like that will ground you. The repeated shots, taking AJ by the back of the head and driving him down face first to the mat.
Well, you can see how he just gets that dominant position there on top, and look at those punches just coming in, the head rocking from him and hitting the man himself. So it's kind of like a double hit. You get the hit on the front side, and then the head snaps into the mat, and you get the backside hit.
True, that concussive blow as your head makes contact with the canvas. And again, Angle going to try and keep AJ down, and I believe the blood is flowing now from the nose of AJ Styles from those stiff shots from the Olympic gold medalist.
Well, you can look at the look on AJ's face. You can see the pain, the determination as well. As he gets to his feet, drives an elbow, drives another elbow, anything he can do to break the hold, and he does, and it's just shot after shot to the gut. That's how you do it. Uh-oh, look at that. Just released him overhead, Mike.
Belly to belly, release overhead suplex by Kurt Angle. And Don, you have to wonder, with the blood flowing from the nose of AJ Styles, will this inhibit his breathing at any point here?
Well, you don't know. He may have broken his nose. That's a great point. His nose could be broke right now, and it could affect his breathing, and you can see right now Kurt Angle realizes it. He's vulnerable, and he's going right after him with authority, and there's another. Look at this. Just keeps trying to get the 3 count, and AJ barely gets the shoulder up each time.
Full court press here by Angle, the repeated pin attempts, and now back to the chin lock here as AJ going to try and find his way out of this.
Look how Kurt Angle has that knee cinched in the lower back. I mean, look at that. You can see the weight applied there. He's cinching on the lower back and pulling on the chin. I mean, just taking the body 2 different directions at the same time.
Referee Hebner right on the spot, waiting to see what AJ's going to do. If he submits, if he taps out, AJ going to try and break this chin lock here. Back up first to a knee, now back up to his feet. Going to try and rifle off some shots. First ones go into the gut, into the midsection. That one caught Angle high in the head, and now as AJ comes off the ropes and tries to get that offense rolling, Angle stops him with a knee.
And right where it hurts the most, and you can see AJ just double him down. Yeah. And AJ, I think, just realized that his nose might be broken. Oh, what a backbreaker.
Pin.
1, 2, oh! I mean, that was close, and you can see Angle looking at Earl Hebner going, you've got to be kidding me. but he got the shoulder up.
No question. Angle not happy with the count of Earl Hebner.
That was a good count.
That was obvious that we saw AJ get the shoulder up before 3. Measures him in the corner. Right hand directed to the head, and Kurt's going to stack him up again, and yep, another one of those uppercuts.
Well, he knows AJ's hurt, man. When he hits those uppercuts, they're just such a violent force. He rocks the chin. It's just unbelievable. Now look at this. He's just taking the foot, pawing at the head now. Just jarring with him.
Just jars your brains when he hits you with those uppercuts. And you're right, Don. Look at the right hands now, and you know what he's doing here? He's also driving those shots both to the head and again back into the injured nose of AJ Styles, and another one right into the nose.
Oh, look at that. He almost knocked him right out of the ring with that right shot.
Bending backwards, right over the top turnbuckle, and again, boy, AJ's in serious trouble here because his leg was hooked in the ropes, and now Kurt's going to try and follow up the advantage. Angle from the middle rope, going to try and power him back into the suplex. AJ fights him off. Right hand after right hand to the gut, and Kurt comes back with rights.
Look at those shots to the ribs by Kurt Angle. I mean, Kurt, AJ, desperation shot. Now they're just trading punches, one after the other. AJ sitting down, Kurt Angle standing on the ropes. Now Kurt's got his arm wrapped around his head, and look at this, Mike.
Kurt now going to go to the top, going to try for a superplex off the top. Meanwhile, AJ fights him off, but how long can AJ stay? Hey, what?
AJ turned it around.
He countered it.
What a counter. What a counter, and face planted it from the top rope. Unbelievable.
Looked like Angle was going to hit the top rope superplex. Instead, AJ, the perfect reversal. The front suplex instead. Here's another look.
Oh, look how he used it. He just fought him off and then used that momentum, pushed Kurt Angle's body in front of him, and Kurt had nowhere to go. And his face caught the match face on.
AJ slowly up. Angle rocked as well. Styles gets in the first shot, but Kurt answers with a right. The exchange in the middle of the ring, and we'll see who gets the best of it here.
Look at this, just trading it. Two warriors, two gladiators. Oh, one shot after another shot to the face of Kurt Angle. Oh, the uppercut.
Yes, Angle momentarily gets the best, but comes off the ropes, and AJ's prepared for it. After the spin kick, it's a series of clotheslines. A dazed Angle in the corner. AJ going to try and shoot him across, but Kurt puts on the brakes. Styles send into the turnbuckles. AJ gets the boot up. Now going to try and ring out the arm. Little pump handle time here. Takes him up. Oh, God, right across the knee.
Spun him right around, and
here we go.
Nailed that knee on the stomach, and here it is. Oh, man, Kurt Angle. You talk about getting it up just in time. I mean, a split millisecond.
AJ going to try and go at Kurt one more time. Let's see what he's got here in his mind. Going to take now a suplex attempt. Angle up, the vertical over, and drops him down. The back of his head hit the canvas. Pin attempt, lateral style.
1, 2,
and
oh my God. AJ can't believe it this time. He looked right at Earl and said what, but Earl stands his ground, and that's a referee that's calling it right down the middle, buddy.
Both men, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, on the verge of victory several times here at Slammiversary in this personal grudge match. AJ chest first this time into the corner, and Angle connects the German, and you can see, Don, that he's got more than one in mind.
Oh, he does. He knows he's got to hit 3 or 4 of these if he can. AJ trying to get to the rope, but look at that. He just brings him right back to the middle of the ring, and he hits him with another one.
Boy, look at AJ. Look how groggy he is after the second of those German suplexes dropped him on the back of his head.
Oh, he's just trying to get to his feet. He doesn't realize that's playing right into what Kurt Angle wants. He even blocked the low blow. Look at this. AJ turns it around and just completely flips him over. Unbelievable display of strength by the phenomenal AJ Styles.
The adrenaline rush there by Styles enables him to dig down deep and take the Olympic gold medalist overhead with the release suplex. And well, you just look at the face of AJ Styles and you can see he's gasping for air, Don. He's trying to get the nose cleared. He's trying to get his breathing back at 100%. He's trying to get Kurt Angle back up to his feet so that he can deliver more punishment.
Just begging Kurt Angle to get to his feet. Spun around, Kurt ducks it, and it does the same thing to AJ. Oh my God. Here it is.
Angle pin.
1, 2. Oh, AJ.
AJ left himself open. He went for the discus move. That enabled Angle to get behind him and toss him overhead with the release suplex. Kurt on him for the cover, but still not able to put Styles away.
That was one of those anything you can do, I can do better situations. Oh, nice kick from the back of the head by AJ Styles. So quick how he just cat-like just jumps in the air and just nails it.
Always talk about how the Pele kick catches his opponent unaware. That time, Angle, I don't think he saw that kick coming, did he?
No, he hit him from the side. You know, you're right. That Pele, when he does it overhead, but he just completely caught it. Let's show you this.
Look at the impact of this kick here.
There it is.
Wow. He just wrapped his foot. Did you see that? His entire boot wrapped around the head of Kurt Angle at the impact point of the kick. Charges it. Oh, my. Charges at Kurt, who takes him with a belly-to-belly and tosses him overhead right into the corner.
He's tangled into the ropes, too, and you can see Kurt trying to pull him out. So there it is. Again, AJ Styles fights out of it.
Boy, almost as if Angle can't believe it. That time he saw him put his hand on his head. He thought the way that he sent AJ flying right into the corner and right into the turnbuckles with the bad landing, that he was going to follow up with an easy pin, but not the case. But you can see that AJ is weary.
AJ Styles trying to get to his feet, but he looks groggy, didn't he, Mike? Oh. I mean, he just look at him. It's like he doesn't know where he is, and now going, whoa. AJ, you can look at this. AJ turns it around into a DDT.
Was he going to go for the Angle slam?
It looked like he was.
That's what it looked like to me. But AJ out of nowhere comes up with that DDT, drops Kurt on his head, and gets it.
Oh, man. That one there I thought had it, but he got it up in time. And again, referee Earl Hebner lets him know, let's show you this. How he was able to turn the Olympic slam into that DDT. Wow.
We're back live at Slammiversary. Kurt Angle still on a knee. AJ going to follow up the offensive that he has here, taking his elbow, driving it to the back of Angle's head.
Here he goes.
Could it be Styles Clash time?
Going for the Styles Clash, going to try to finish it off. But you can see Kurt getting to his feet, but oh, he rolls him over. Now Kurt, oh, here he's got the ankle and toe. He's got the ankle locked in.
There it is. His famous finishing submission move, the ankle lock applied, but AJ, that's the perfect way that you reverse that. Roll through, and Kurt goes right into the corner turnbuckles.
And you have to do it before he gets his base of his feet, and AJ Styles realized that. He realized that Kurt was still wobbling, and he just sent it over, which was a great move, and now stops the momentum. Look at this. Oh, that inverted DDT, and he nails it.
Here we go.
1, 2, oh my God, that was close.
Thought he had him that time, especially the way that he caught Kurt completely unaware on that move. Angle not seeing that coming as he was able to float over the DDT inverted style, but AJ still not able to get three.
I just heard AJ yell, come on, and I don't think he's yelling at anyone in particular. I think he just can't believe that Kurt can kick out of these things. He can't believe it's not three.
It's almost like, come on. What else can you do here before you defeat this man? Before you beat him, and there's a quick burst of energy and quick burst of strength by Angle. Here we go.
1, 2, oh, I cannot believe that AJ Styles got the shoulder up that time. Did you see how quickly Angle got up to those ropes and then hit him with that ankle slam, I mean that Olympic slam from the top of there? And AJ, that was just reflexive action. There was no way.
Kurt can't believe it either. But Angle's first man up to his feet, and he's going to pull the straps down. He's on AJ again, and he's going to go right back to the leg and crank on the ankle once again. The ankle lock applied.
Well, he's got it this time. He's where he wants to be in this situation. You can see AJ again. Look at this. AJ rolling on. 2. Go!
Unique counter that time to the ankle lock, where you end up with the pinning predicament.
There's the Pele! Again, you never saw it coming.
Now he's got him. Now he's got him.
Oh, he's gonna do 1, 2. Kurt got the rope. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know where the rope was.
That's ring presence, but talk about right place, right time. Exactly the case for the Olympic gold medalist, who extends his arm out and his fingers touch the bottom rope for the break.
If he misses the rope, Mike, if he reaches and goes in the middle and misses it, AJ gets the pin.
Gonna go Clash one more time. Here we go. Here comes the Styles Clash. He's going to wrap his legs around Kurt, but Kurt fights him off, and Kurt's going to go back to the ankle lock again.
Well, Kurt just sat there and waited, and he knew he was in a bad spot, but once AJ club just a little bit. He turned it around, and he's got that ankle lock again. You wonder what AJ has left in the tank if he can hold off from submitting the pain.
Boy, it's going to be so tough when you consider where they're at. But AJ crawling, doing everything he can, and Angle just drags him back to the middle so that he can't get the rope break.
You can see now Kurt Angle's got him right where he wants him, just screaming at him, telling him to tap out.
AJ not only fighting through the pain, but coming up with a move to break it. And no, you see contact made as he pushed off with his free leg, his free foot. Kurt Angle went right into referee Earl Hebner, who is down. I think their heads might have hit.
Well, Kurt Angle looks at it. Look at this. AJ somehow able to use his feet, get him around the neck of Kurt Angle, and send him flying out of the ring.
Kurt Angle down on the arena floor. Earl Hebner. It's Karen Angle.
And she's got a chair. Of course, she's the center of all this controversy.
You're not kidding. The center of the controversy, the center of all the attention between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, and Karen coming out here with the steel chair to ringside.
She's yelling at Kurt.
What?
Oh my God, she's not going to give Kurt. Is this her way
Look at this. She's tapping on the steel chair to get Kurt's attention, and she's saying, Kurt, here, take it.
Well, the referee's
What the hell's going on?
Well, look at this, look at this. She's got a hold of it while Kurt's trying to grab it. She won't let him have it. AJ's rolled him up. Look at this.
What?
No, he's put him up in the style clash. He hits it. Here it goes. Rolling him over. Are you ready? 1, 2. He's got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
He did it. Karen Angle teased Kurt with that chair. And while Kurt was fighting her for it, AJ took the opportunity. And you see the two of them hugging in the middle of the ring. Oh. Wow. What a match.
What a competitive, all-out matchup between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. And how about the appearance of Karen Angle?
Wait a minute.
Whoa, look
Wait
out.
a minute,
Oh,
AJ.
no, look out.
Got his
Kurt's
back
got the
turned.
chair. No,
Oh.
God, he cracked AJ right across the back.
While they were celebrating, you go, wait a minute, look at this.
Oh,
she
God, she just pulled
Kurt
off and slapped Kurt Angle in the face. Oh, Karen.
Oh, Karen, he's already mad enough.
Kurt.
Oh, no,
Kurt. Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt.
Karen, get out of there. Right now, the guy's not thinking straight, and you sitting there hugging AJ in the middle of the ring's not going to help. Now look at this. Kurt going right over to AJ, and here they come, just shot after shot. Wait a minute, Tomko.
Did you see Tomko?
Bust through security.
Tomko just busted right and tossing security all over the place out here.
And look at this. One after another, he's just sending him reeling. And AJ is, oh no, he's got the ankle lock on him. Oh, no.
Tomko is preventing anybody from getting in here and helping AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle's trying to break his leg.
Look at him, just the force. You can see AJ, there's no way AJ can do anything. He's tapping out, sure not going to help. AJ screaming in pain. Oh, now Tomko's got a chair in his hand. I've never seen Tomko just destroying security. Now you see referees coming out, everybody trying to get some kind of control here.
Boy, good luck. Hectic, volatile situation at the conclusion of this such a personal match. And now Kurt Angle right in the face of AJ Styles. Wow.
AJ got the win, but he paid the price.
And you can see Kurt's focus, his concentration, 100% on his estranged wife, Karen. Ladies and gentlemen, before we hear from the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, let's preview Samoa Joe in King of the Mountain.
You know, King of the Mountain match is one of the most unique matches in the history of TNA. There's 5 guys in there ready to tear you apart limb from limb. And the whole time you're standing on top of a ladder trying to hang a belt. But the bottom line is the guy that has the biggest advantage, the athlete that has the biggest advantage, is the one that's most vicious. Nobody has a desire, nobody has the will, and nobody will do what it'll take to take this belt away from me.
Samoa Joe, ever since you captured the title of the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, it seems you've been trying to make a difference. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
You know, you're right, Lauren. I'm here to make a difference. You see, since winning this heavyweight championship, I've realized one thing. My sport, it suffers from an affliction, a sickness. And I plan to be the cure for that sickness. You see, at one time, a man walked down to that ring. He looked across at his opponent, and he knew who he had to defeat. He knew who he had to best to be great on that day. But it's not like that anymore. You see, now we don't reward the warrior. No. We reward the opportunist. You see, the man who bleeds, who sacrifices, who sweats, who hurts to get what he wants. You see, he isn't put to the top of the order. No. It's the politician. It's the man who's your best friend and then turns out to be your worst enemy. But tonight at King of the Mountain, you see, we change all that. When I won this belt, I guaranteed the fans at home, we changed all that. Because you see, the TNA fans at home, they are sick and tired of the norm, of the usual, of the politician. They want a man who's going to walk in there, look across at his opponent, and beat him into the ground to keep this belt. And I'm that man, Lauren. So tonight at King of the Mountain, I face some of the most dangerous individuals in the history of professional wrestling. And you know what? When the history books are written, will they say I'm the fastest? No. Will they say I'm the strongest? Probably not. But what they will say is that nobody has ever wanted this belt more, and nobody fought harder to keep it. See, Lauren, tonight, not only will I walk out King of the Mountain, not only will I be the first man to retain his championship at Slammiversary, but I'll be the man to lead a new era, a new band of warriors, a new band of professional wrestlers to a new horizon. I am Samoa Joe. I am the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and by God, I am pro wrestling.
The King of the Mountain match. An all-out frenzy for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
You know, King of the Mountain match is one of the most unique matches in the history of TNA. You got 5 individuals all seeking for one thing. That's to be King of the Mountain.
It's a different animal, this match. There's 4 guys trying to take the title away from Samoa Joe.
Anything can happen out there. Everybody wants to be on top here in TNA.
Some of the greatest warriors in history have entered this twisted playground, and only the most elite have left with the gold. Some of the greatest moments in the 6-sided ring have taken place during this match.
Jeff Jarrett, of course, retaining the title, seemingly with Earl Hebner in his back pocket.
It's over! Jarrett's the champ again!
Nothing's worse than being called a former champion. He never really lost the match.
And Kurt Angle won the first TNA World Heavyweight title.
This is what he came to TNA for! He did! He's now the first pure TNA champion!
The rules. These men will battle it out in a Falls Count Anywhere war zone.
You have to first become qualified, and in order to do that, you have to pin one of the 5 guys.
Once you score that pinfall, you haven't won yet. You have to climb 20 feet in the air and hang the TNA World title.
While the man who has been pinned or submitted must spend 2 of the longest minutes imaginable trapped in a penalty box. But the climb to the top is not an easy one.
Anytime there's a ladder in the ring, there's a chance for someone to get hurt real bad.
Each rung in the ladder represents another opportunity for an opponent to attack. Another obstacle that must be overcome.
Christian's got that belt in his hand, but Joe's gonna fight up there on the top. He's so close to hanging it, but he can't.
And because of these obstacles, no man who has ever walked in as champion has successfully defended the title. These men will test their will like never before. Some will test fate from great heights.
Look at this, wait a minute, wow! Look out! Wow. Right through the table! Oh my, right through the table!
Others will come within inches of greatness.
Damn you, referee Earl Hebner! He knocked both Sting and Christian out to the floor when he tipped the ladder over.
But only one will be crowned the King of the Mountain. The TNA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Samoa Joe defends against Christian Cage, Robert Roode, Booker T, and Rhino in the King of the Mountain match.
And the final stop on our Memphis video visit is the Main Street Trolley, Madison Avenue. The authentic, vintage trolley car invokes memories of the simple days of yesteryear, a much more innocent time here in Memphis, Tennessee. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, back live inside the arena here at Slammiversary, it is time for our third of 3 championship matchups. It is time for the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to break down King of the Mountain with the tail of the tape. Here's the bullet points. The format for this King of the Mountain matchup, in my mind, puts the defending champion Samoa Joe at a distinct disadvantage as 4 challengers qualified recently on Impact. The up-in-the-air mentor-student relationship between Joe and Kevin Nash put to the test tonight. If the 4 elite challengers combined with the uncertainty of the special enforcer isn't enough, Joe enters with the knowledge that no other defending title holder has ever left King of the Mountain as the champ.
Well, he is the special enforcer, Kevin Nash, and of course, on everybody's mind is the relationship between him and the champion Samoa Joe. He always talks about Joe being his investment, how it's always in his best interest if Joe wins. Joe, on the other hand, is just trusting, and why wouldn't you be? When you're the champion, everybody's always got a target on you.
Big Sexy in the role of management muscle. Is that going to be a plus for the champ? And here comes the first of the 4 challengers headed towards the arena. Here comes none other than the War Machine Rhino, who qualified by beating James Storm.
He stands 6'1" and weighs a stout 275 pounds. The War Machine, Rhino, has fought his way back to the top, and tonight looks to become a world champion once again. Rhino will use his ring experience and raw brute force in an all-out assault in his attempt to capture the TNA World Heavyweight Championship once more.
And here he comes. The War Machine. Somebody that talks about how difficult his life has been in this last year. What a way to turn things around.
He has. He's completely turned his life around, and he finds himself tonight with the opportunity to once again become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Rhino, challenger number 1. He's locked and loaded for King of the Mountain. Challenger number 2 looks to impress tonight and prove that he belongs among the elite in professional wrestling. If you think back to Thursday Night Impact, you'll recall that his opponent, Matt Morgan, lost his temper. Robert Roode turned it on Matt Morgan, and Robert Roode qualified to be one of the challengers tonight.
He stands 6'2" and weighs in at 235 pounds. Robert Roode defeated Matt Morgan in the King of the Mountain qualifier to earn his first shot at TNA Championship Gold. Roode, a TNA original, has the chance of a lifetime. Will tonight be the night it finally pays to be Roode?
Chance of a lifetime describes the exact situation that Robert Roode finds himself in tonight. This is the opportunity, Don, for Robert Roode to prove that he belongs at the top, that he belongs among the elite of the competitors here in TNA.
Well, the bottom line is he's on equal footing with everybody else in this matchup. 5 people all vying for one thing. It's about opportunity. You've got to make sure you get the pinfall or submission to qualify. Once you do that, you've got as good a chance as anyone else. And if nobody else qualifies, well, then you have the advantage.
Robert Roode surveys the situation, looking around, seeing the imposing penalty box, the ladders around the ringside area, and he realizes, Don, that this is his chance to become TNA World Heavyweight Champion for the very first time if he is able to hang the title belt high above the ring. Challenger number 3, yes, it's the instant classic, Christian Cage, who looks to once again become TNA World Heavyweight Champion. It was on Impact recently where he defeated his former associate Tomko to qualify for tonight's match.
He stands 6'1" and weighs in at 235 pounds. A two-time world champion and King of the Mountain veteran, Christian Cage always has his eye on the prize. With a win here tonight, the wily veteran will prove to the world that he truly is an instant classic.
Mike, nobody knows more than Christian Cage what can happen to you in the King of the Mountain match. Went into this match as the champion. Never got pinned or didn't get pinned to lose the title, but yet the title belonged to Kurt Angle when that match was over with. He knows it's about opportunity, and he knows this time around what he needs to do to get that belt for the third time.
Don, I think it's interesting when you break down the history of the King of the Mountain and you look at the 5 competitors, the 4 challengers and the 1 champion this year. Only 2 of the 5 wrestlers have experience in the past in a King of the Mountain match. Those 2, Samoa Joe and Christian Cage. Samoa Joe in 2007, Christian Cage in both 2006 and 2007, but neither Cage nor Joe has ever won King of the Mountain. And ladies and gentlemen, the 4th and final challenger used interference by Tomko to recently defeat the phenomenal AJ Styles in the Impact qualifying matchup. Booker T taping up on his way to the ring.
He stands 6'3" and weighs in at 250 pounds. Booker T is a man on a mission, a man with bad intentions, a man who stands alone. He has been a world champion everywhere he has been, except in TNA. Tonight, will Booker T add TNA Gold to his collection and write the final chapter in his storied career?
You know the irony of Booker T being in the King of the Mountain match? He owes it to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe won't dodge anybody. He took on the challenge. Now Booker T had to earn his way in from that point. But the funny thing about it is, if it wasn't for Samoa Joe, he wouldn't be in the match in the first place.
You think of how the wrestlers were picked to qualify for those King of the Mountain matchups to earn their way here to Slammiversary. As Don just mentioned, Samoa Joe, fighting champion, not backing down from everybody. Samoa Joe wants the toughest competition that he can possibly have. And on that note, we have introduced the 4 challengers. The champion is headed to the ring. Samoa Joe, he's been there before, but boy, he certainly doesn't have history on his side. No champ has ever left King of the Mountain with the title.
Stands 6'2" and weighs in at 280 pounds. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, is prepared to make his most challenging title defense to date in tonight's King of the Mountain match. Tonight, the reigning world heavyweight champion will attempt to become the first person in TNA history to retain his title at Slammiversary and prove he is the King of the Mountain.
That this is going to be the toughest test to date for the Samoan submission machine. Samoa Joe is TNA World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not exactly sure that the rules of this match play into Samoa Joe's style, where he wants to have his opponent tap out. You factor in 4 elite challengers. You saw the body language as he walked by the special enforcer, Kevin Nash. Not exactly certain that that's a positive for Samoa Joe as well. Even the fact that he's not concentrating totally, fully focusing on the 4 challengers, but also thinking about the man who is the special enforcer, Kevin Nash.
Samoa Joe letting the people know that at this point he is the TNA World Champion. Everybody asks, why is it so hard? Well, it's just the odds. You always talk about it. I mean, the deck is always stacked. The key is you've got to get yourself eligible to hang the belt. Kevin Nash looking on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for our main event. Samoa Joe, the reigning champion, brings the title to the 6-sided ring, and we're going to send it to Jeremy Borash. Yes, JB, dead center in the middle of the ring. JB's got the introductions for our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is your Slammiversary main event and is the King of the Mountain matchup. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Mr. Roode Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Memphis, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, the challengers. He weighs in at 275 pounds and comes to us from Detroit, Michigan. He is the War Machine, Rhino. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York. He weighs in at 235 pounds, Robert Roode. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, now making his home out of Tampa, Florida. He weighed in this morning at 232 pounds. He is the instant classic, Christian Cage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Houston, Texas. He weighed in this morning at 250 pounds, Booker T. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the champion. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the current, reigning, and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe.
Once again, to review, all 5 competitors start the match ineligible to win. In order to become eligible, you score a pin or submission win. The loser of each fall must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box cage, and once you become eligible, you win the match, you win the title by retrieving the championship belt, you climb the ladder, and you hang that championship belt high above the ring.
The hard thing about this matchup is if you find yourself on the wrong end of a pin or submission, you're stuck in that cage and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're just praying that that time will expire so that you can get out there and get back into the matchup. And you can see it's just broken down and everybody's going to pick their spots. But you've got to find a way to sneak in a pin just to even be eligible. And look at Joe going right after Booker T. And you see Christian Cage flinging Robert Roode out.
I mean, just the format of this match as you see it unfold here in the opening minutes, you can tell it's about mayhem, Don. That's what it's going to be. It's not that structured of a match as we see Christian Cage and Rhino actually working together. Well, that's interesting to see here. Those tag team partners, often the alliance between those two, but not partners tonight, even though they are working together, at least momentarily, against Robert Roode.
Well, they might be working together now, but when it gets down to that toe, man, is it just already broken up? As Booker T just sends Samoa Joe right in here to the announce table. What a chop! And Joe sends him one right back. Oh, they're trading him.
What an exchange this is. Just a foot and a half away from us here at the table. Samoa Joe got the better of Booker with that last shot. Now he's going to follow him up the ramp. You see the split screen. Joe sends Booker right into the guardrail. While meanwhile, yes, it's Christian and Rhino with a double team on Roode.
Well, they do the double team move. You can see they just send Robert Roode on his back and he bows it up. But the bottom line is now, one of these guys, the thing is when you work together, only one of you can get the pin. And you'll know when that title's on the line, friends. Well, that goes out the window in a hurry.
Roode shot off into the corner, and Rhino's going to use Christian here, but Christian turns it around and used the big power behind Rhino with the shoulder block in the corner, right into the midsection of Roode.
Christian Cage now coming in, and again, they're working together, just trying to take Robert Roode right out of this matchup from the beginning. Another shot on his back, and you can see Booker T and Samoa Joe right now just in a fight. Just in a fight. It's just one of those situations you can feel it brewing between Booker T and Samoa Joe.
Look how quickly Booker T makes his way back down to the ring as he saw Christian Cage up on the top.
He caught his leg bad,
too. He sure did. What a bad landing for Christian Cage, who crashed right down on his kneecap.
That's just one of those things like that can take you out of a match like this, and he is hurt bad as Christian Cage just landed rolling on that knee. Nice shot there by Booker T on the War Machine, going for a quick pin. Booker T realizing right away, you got to find a way to get someone pinned, make him submit early on. You find yourself brawling out in the ring too much, and you find yourself just on the outside looking in. Again, we're going to keep our eye on Christian Cage, it's his left knee, and he landed so badly on it as he's trying to.
He was trying to get up and put some weight on the knee.
Crumpled again to the rail.
Went right back down again and using the guardrail right now. Boy, as he looks on, he sees a situation where Booker T and Rhino are squaring off. Samoa Joe trying to clear things here before he gets back in. As we see Booker connect on Rhino and then go for the kick. Rhino moves out of the way and then comes right back with a clothesline that takes him and sends him all the way down to the floor.
And here comes Samoa Joe right back into the ring as he stares at Rhino.
It's an interesting matchup, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just brute force and brute force.
One of the beauties, though, of King of the Mountain is that you get to see Samoa Joe hook it up and square off here with the War Machine Rhino.
So many different styles in this matchup. And it's just, oh, look at this. He brings him right down on that knee. And here he goes. Beautiful kick right to the jaw. Samoa Joe now nails him with the backsplash.
Drops down with the senton, right on him for the pin, but you see Roode get right into there and break it up and not allow Samoa Joe to become the first man eligible to hang the belt.
Well, what you want to do sometimes is let somebody else do the dirty work. And then try to come in there and steal the pin. That's the beauty of it.
Roode gets the boots up as Joe charges in. From the middle rope, Roode goes airborne, and Joe just moves right out of the way.
I just love how he just does it so nonchalant. It just sticks in their crawl because they know it in midair that they're going to hit hard. I'm watching Christian Cage. Oh, nice knee.
Joe right on him, 280 pounds behind that knee drop, but the pin attempt by Roode is broken up, and then Christian able to recover and get back into play.
Man, makes me think he's playing possum earlier on that knee. I mean, he had everybody full. Look at him come in.
Now Robert Roode catches him, going to try and take him over with the suplex here, but you see the block, no payoff for Roode. Instead, DDT by Christian.
Just put him right on his head. Now Christian Cage looks up, and there's Samoa Joe in the slaps. One shot after another.
Boy, rights and lefts with the open hands. Christian going to be sent for the ride across, and does. Right into the turnbuckles. Joe follows up, elbow to the chest, and then a kick rocks his world.
It's just amazing. You just don't see it coming from a guy that size. And he can get the kick up so high and with such force. We were showing that kick earlier by AJ Styles. This one is just a different magnitude, just the 280 pounds behind it.
Looked like he might be trying the muscle buster out of the corner. Christian able to fight him off, then leapfrogs over. Here he comes off the ropes. Snap slam by Joe. Leads to one, leads to two, and only two.
And here comes Booker T. Look at this. He's got a snap slam for him. Wow, Samoa Joe sending messages to everybody.
Samoa Joe dishing out the punishment, but still not eligible to retain his title and win King of the Mountain. Back elbow by Christian, and then he uncorks the big forearm. Here we go, lateral cover, and nope.
Samoa Joe gets the shoulder up. Nobody eligible yet. At this point, nobody can become the King of the Mountain and take home the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. And you can see Christian Cage telling Joe he's going to be that way, and Now he's going to get up high and start bringing down the shots. One shot after another.
Gets in Joe's head, motioning that the belt's going to be his, but then Joe able to follow through, slide underneath Christian, and hang him up with his leg hooked on that top turnbuckle.
He caught him with the
Joe,
kick.
Here he comes.
Oh, he's got him stuck. Oh, what a kick. Just crumples him down as there was nowhere for Christian Cage to go, and Christian Cage wisely gets himself out of that ring. He knows that's the smart move. Look at Samoa Joe, though, riled up.
Christian rolls out. Samoa Joe surveys the situation. Keep your eyes on the TNA World Heavyweight Champ. He was going to go for a dive. I don't think there's any question. And Booker T caught him from outside. He hooked him by the leg, by the ankle, and drives him right into the steel penalty box.
Well, Booker T was hiding behind that penalty box. Joe didn't see him. And look at Booker T. Just one shot after another. And he's doing it with authority and letting him know what he's going to do. Look at this. Look out. Bam, right on the table. Just crushed his face on the announce desk.
Booker measures him, drives that boot right into the side of Samoa Joe. Joe reeling now as you see Joe is just out of it.
Well, you could just feel it from Booker T. You could hear it from him. I mean, just an extra,
how
extra
intense
force.
he is. You just feel the intensity here, Don, just a foot away from one of the challengers. Pin, attempt, and Booker. Did he get him?
Booker T, Rhino's got to go.
Rhino goes into the penalty box. Booker T is eligible.
Booker eligible. Rhino 2 minutes in the King of the Mountain penalty cage. And you see that Booker's going to try and hang that championship belt.
Well, this is his opportunity as now Booker T, the only one right now that can walk out here the champion. And the War Machine now has got to sit and watch. One good thing that could come of that, you can get a little rest as you see the fight going on. Look at Booker T just sending bodies everywhere right now.
Pretty obvious what he wants to do. He feels like he weakened Samoa Joe. He further weakens Christian and Rhino, and now he takes the championship belt off the shoulder. And a little chest bump there for Kevin Nash.
He's just bitter at everybody. He just wants to send a message to everybody, and I don't know if that's just the way you want to go. Kevin Nash here to make sure everything goes as planned. All he had to do was just take the belt and try to hang it.
Look at Samoa Joe from outside. He had hooked on to that ladder, not enabling Booker T to put it into position and hang the belt. And Booker drops down to the floor and continues to beat on the back of Joe.
Now Booker T trying to use that ladder as a weapon. Joe's got a hold of it as well. It's just, you can see a little tug of war. Wow, what a drop kick by Christian Cage on the ladder. Takes Booker T and Samoa Joe out. 2 for the price of 1.
2 with 1 move, but as Christian gets back into the ring, Roode measures and snaps his neck as he comes off the middle rope. Here's the pin.
1,
here's
2,
and
no! Christian Cage not going to let him have it. Robert Roode almost eligible, and while this is going on, the clock is ticking for the War Machine.
Rhino's 2 minutes in that penalty cage winding down. You see the clock on the screen as we near the 10-second mark for Rhino in the box.
10,
Robert
9,
Roode continues
8,
the
7,
assault here on the Instant
6,
Classic. Going to
5,
try and take Cage
4,
up, and
3,
Christian reverses
2,
it. Here comes a catapult.
1.
It just sends him right over the top, and the War Machine now released, and he goes right in at Christian Cage. Hey, it's not personal here at this point. You can see they slap hands, and now they go at it. It's about the belt here.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the realization sets in at what's at stake here. Unprettier attempt on the way. Maybe too early for Christian. Rhino fights it off and takes him right down, belly-to-belly style.
Well, that's that power.
Look
that's
out,
that
look
force.
out, Gore.
Well,
Gore
he was
attempt.
going for it, but it's going to end up costing him as Samoa Joe just perfectly timed that, waited for Rhino to set up where he would be concentrating on nothing but Christian Cage, and then he sent it to him. Look at this. Look at the power of Samoa Joe. In midair, it just sends him down.
Boy, defense equally as important as offense here in this year's King of the Mountain matchup. We see Christian laid out as Joe puts the boots to him. Again, keep in mind, just 1 man eligible to this point. Booker T, the only one of the 5 who can win King of the Mountain by hanging the championship belt until there is another potential pin. Here goes Joe.
Wow, unbelievable. Joe showing unbelievable athletic ability, going over the top, spinning as he does, and he takes out Robert Roode. He takes out Rhino, and he takes out Booker T.
Meanwhile, Christian Cage has headed up to the top of the King of the Mountain, to the penalty box here. Whoa, 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 what's he thinking here?
He's reeling. What's he doing? What? Oh my God! He just been flying off the top, and he takes all of them out.
That was incredible. Christian off the top of the penalty cage.
Just as those guys took the one shot, then they had to look up and catch the other. Now, Christian Cage reaching into the ring, pulling out a table. It's one of those things that are in play. You want it, anything that you can do to try to take somebody out.
Christian gonna position the wooden table around the ringside area. Special enforcer, guest enforcer Kevin Nash looks on. Now Christian shocked all of us. Joe hit that dive, but then all of a sudden, Christian went up on top of the King of the Mountain cage on top of the penalty box.
One thing I respect right now about big sexy Kevin Nash is it's like the referee that lets him play. I mean, he understands what the importance of this matchup. He's not instituting himself. He's not trying to set the rules. He's just there to make sure they're all followed as he looks on. But remember, once you get a pin or submission, you've got to go to him to get the belt to hang it.
Christian uses the ladder as a weapon first before sliding it in. I mean, this is something that Christian has to think about. You put that ladder in when Booker T's the man that's eligible at this point. You may be setting the table for Booker. Look out, Roode's got the chair. Christian's got the ladder.
Oh, what a shot by Robert Roode as he just nailed that chair. Here he goes, too. Robert Roode now eligible. Robert Roode and Booker T.
Cage to the penalty box. Roode is now eligible.
Boy, that's the two keys right there. Roode joins Booker as the two men eligible to win this King of the Mountain, but at the same time, Instant Classic headed to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Robert Roode, he wants the belt. He's asking it from Kevin Nash, saying, give me the belt. Look at this. War Machine rolls him up, and he pinned him.
Rhino pins Roode. Roode to the penalty box. Rhino is now eligible.
So the only ones not eligible are Christian Cage and Samoa Joe.
You're right, at this point, 3 of the 5 now. Wait a minute, how about Kevin Nash from outside? You talk about laying down law and order and justice. Robert Roode's got to go to the penalty box, and Nash is going to ensure that he does. And now Roode and Christian are both locked in the sin bin.
Folks, that's what a special enforcer does. He makes sure that the rules are enforced. Robert Roode wasn't going to the penalty box, and Christian Cage and Robert Roode are punching each other out. Look at this,
Rhino.
He's so close. He's got the belt. Trying to get it up when it can change his line.
Oh, God!
Oh, he caught his neck on the top of the rope. He caught his neck on the top of the rope.
And you always, Don, have to be so wary of a situation with Rhino because of all the problems that he's had in the past with that area of his body, as we see Samoa Joe reel off shots against Booker T.
Booker T took a wild shot and missed, and that allowed Joe to get behind him. You can see him just putting that chokehold on. But look at those strong, long legs of Booker T. He uses them so well.
Missed that time with the axe kick. And look at Joe from behind as he's got the choke on, and you see that Booker's trying to fight it off to this point. Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, the only 2 of the 5 not eligible, as you see the time there on your screen, 10, counting down 9, Cage and Roode, 8, and Christian 7, taking Robert 6, Roode as we see the 5, fight inside the penalty 4, box, and Christian 3, can now 2, get out of the cage.
1. And right now, Joe trying to make Booker T submit. Christian Cage, though, look at this, climbing up to the top of the cage again. Booker T, though, still has him tapped. Look at this, here he goes.
What?
Oh, he frog splashes on top of both of them.
Rolls
1,
over on Booker.
2. Christian Cage available.
Christian Cage pins Booker T. Booker to the penalty box. Cage is now eligible.
Instant Classic becomes the 4th man eligible to win this match. The only one not is the defending champ, Samoa Joe. And now Booker's got to go in the box for 2 minutes as Robert Roode comes out.
Well, that's what we talk about in this matchup. That's why it's so hard to go in and come out. Just because of this situation, he's not even eligible to get the win. Christian Cage unimpeded. But Robert Roode comes in here at the last second, and look at that shot. Grabbing him by the leg, Christian trying to kick him off, just trying to find a way to hang it. But he can't.
All about survival instincts here as we see Roode deprive Christian of climbing up the ladder and hanging the championship belt. Roode repositions the ladder, and he's headed up.
Oh, Samoa Joe right behind him. Look at that grip. Wow. Just takes him all the way back, and what a long fall. But Christian Cage, you better be careful because Christian Cage is working his way up.
Boy, he's close.
Oh, he's so close.
Inches away from hanging the title belt, but Joe climbs up the ladder, and it's got to be going through Joe's mind that he's not eligible, but he just snapped the neck of Christian as they crash down off the ladder.
Christian Cage was 2 inches away. Here comes the gore on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe still not eligible for a win.
Boy, and being on the receiving end of a powerful move like the gore from the War Machine Rhino, certainly not a positive for the defending champ. And now I think you see why no defending title holder has ever left King of the Mountain as a champion. You just have the deck stacked against you in so many different ways. Looks like Rhino may be headed up to hang the belt.
And you know what? It'll happen one day. The odds will make it happen. It could happen tonight. But it is just so hard. Right now, though, Samoa Joe's got to find somebody to pin if he wants a shot at it, because he's not even in the mix at this point.
Countdown clock on Booker T in the penalty box reaches 10 seconds. As we see wrestlers in the ring trying to regroup here. Booker, boy, is he in trouble? He's going to get out of the penalty box, and he needs to get it turned on.
He looks like he just wants, he's just not ready. Look at him. Just wore out, but you got to suck it up. You got to reach down, and we know he can do that as he works his way out. And you can see Rhino. Wait a minute. Booker T just grabbed the belt as Kevin Nash. He just crashed Kevin Nash with the belt. And look at him. He just crashed the War Machine with the belt.
Booker T using the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt as a weapon, laying out bodies all over the building here.
Well, who can stop him?
And Booker T, the only one that can stop him, I guess, would be Christian. And Christian just got nailed right in the face.
Christian Cage is now out. Booker T looks up. He realizes he can change TNA. Oh, he knows that they're all knocked out. Who's going to stop him?
Booker T climbed the ladder, hang the belt, and become TNA World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. Here he goes.
Climbing up, realizing you get one shot, and you can see the emotion in his face.
Wait a minute, Kevin Nash, the special enforcer. Big Kevin Nash has made his way inside the ring.
Well, Kevin Nash took that first shot from the belt from him, and he's not going to allow it. Look at this.
Jackknife powerbomb off the ladder.
Oh, that'll keep Booker T from sending it up there. Wow, Kevin Nash just in time. And now, Christian Cage, this is his chance. Samoa Joe, desperation.
Joe going to position Christian up on top. Muscle buster out of the corner. No, Christian fights him off and lands on the apron.
Wow, look at this. Got out of the way, and he was scored right into the table. Samoa Joe, though, gets creamed from behind by Robert Roode.
Northern lariat by Roode. Decks Joe. Now, you see Rhino going to try and shoot Roode off, but instead Rhino goes into the corner. Catches him with the elbow, and Rhino from the ropes now gets knocked down to the floor by Roode.
Robert Roode. What an opportunity for him here as Christian Cage is knocked out of the table. The War Machine Rhino, he's out. Now Joe getting to his feet, and they're going to arm wrestle for the belt.
Tug of war with the championship belt. Roode gets the best of it and then catches Joe with a couple of rights. And as Roode tries to climb the ladder, Joe in pursuit.
Oh, he kicks him away. Robert Roode. Oh, would this be a shot? He swings and misses, and what a kick by Joe. What a kick! And now look at this!
Muscle buster off the ladder!
Got him in the muscle buster! Bam!
Gotta pin him to become eligible!
1, 2, he's eligible! This is his opportunity!
Roode to the penalty box. Joe is now eligible.
Samoa Joe going right for it, but he's got to get the ladder in the right place. And here he goes.
Quickly making his way up the ladder.
Can he hang
eligible. And now has a chance to make history by hanging the belt.
He's done
it. He's got the championship belt hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Samoa Joe.
What an effort at the last second. At the last second, Samoa Joe hits the muscle buster on Robert Roode. And it was the perfect opportunity, and you see Kevin Nash clapping his hands in the background. And Samoa Joe, in the nick of time, becomes the first champion to ever injure the King of the Mountain and leave as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
You see the bodies laid out around ringside. You see Samoa Joe high up on the ladder, holding the championship belt up. You see the thumbs up, the look of approval from Kevin Nash, the special enforcer, towards his student. The mentor gives the thumbs up to Samoa Joe. I'm not exactly sure that Samoa Joe accepted that from Kevin Nash.
I'll tell you what, though, if it wasn't for Kevin Nash getting in there in the nick of time to stop Booker T. Booker T was so close, but Kevin Nash had to get revenge for the shot that Booker T used with that belt on him.
We
We are going to review the action from King of the Mountain, where the series of snap slams by Samoa Joe put him in position early. Christian with the drop kick right on the ladder. Robert Roode used the chair on the ladder to take out Christian Cage, and then Christian went high risk.
Christian Cage went up to the top a couple of times. Here's the second one when he hit the frog splash and got the pin on Booker T. But this was an important move. Samoa Joe getting out of the way just in time. Christian Cage crashed and burned. Joe, after hitting a muscle buster on Robert Roode, found himself with the belt. The ladder in front of him, climbs it, and he retains his TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much more dramatic than that. Samoa Joe becomes the 5th man eligible, and he comes through in the clutch.
Look at this.
And there it is, you see Kevin Nash extending the hand, and Samoa Joe sort of halfway shook it. When it comes to Slammiversary 2008, we'll all remember that Samoa Joe made history.
This has been a presentation of TNA Entertainment.